And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 299. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, I am going to be having a conversation with Full Metal Nate. Once again, this is going to be his second appearance on the show for a one-on-one. He had his last one-on-one on the MSK show at like around episode 126, I think it was. And then after that, you had just horrible shit happen to you, and then you left me just like my dad. So how do you feel about that now? You are literally no better than my dad at this point.
What, I had horrible shit to me and then I left everybody?
Pretty much.
It wasn't just you, buddy. Like, I checked the fuck out of everybody's stuff for like months. I'm only just now getting back.
Well, like, I actually do that just willingly most of the time. Like, people always say, like, after like a tragedy, they'll just check out. I'm naturally just checked out because I already have everything I need in life anyway. I'm never like actually worried about anything. The thing that only keeps me going is actually doing this, because this is the only thing that kind of brings me excitement anymore. I'm just like permanently, like, it's the thing that they say in League, you're like perma bad because you're perma stupid. Like, I am just perma bored at this point sometimes. Like, literally, if I didn't do this, I'm telling people this, I might just actually fucking end my life, because there's no point. There's nothing else. I already have everything. There's a place, there's bills paid, there's food. I don't gotta worry about that. I'm gonna worry about jack shit, actually. Literally. You know? Like, what happens in life when you already achieve everything? That's why I think very, very famous rich people do the things that they do, because they've already achieved everything. There's no worries anymore. You know, things are gonna be okay, barring you do the right things legally, business-wise, right?
They just kind of sit. They just kind of sit in front of a fireplace with a weed pipe, smoking it, just thinking to themselves, what is life? What is my purpose now? It's like, maybe I'll just go fucking kill myself tomorrow. There's nothing left.
Also, for anyone that watched this back in the replay, no, I would never do that. But I'm just saying, just as a thing that you have to think about, because everyone always goes, man, if I was filthy rich, all my problems are solved. They are. Like, all the contemporary problems we normally go through in life, like paying bills, right? But
yeah,
if all your problems are solved, like, where's the conflict in life? Where's the struggle? Where's the what's that word? Enact? What's the action you take, in life, and you're taking care of?
Well, it brings into the account that traditional saying that, like, money can't buy you happiness, which, I mean, yeah, if you had a bunch of money, you could theoretically like fix all your problems, but could it buy you true happiness?
That's what I'm thinking now too, because I think it's twofold. I think when it comes to money can't buy you happiness, most of the time we've heard this, to be fair, has been from broke people. That's every time I heard that, a broke person said that. But on the opposite hand, if you're thinking about the things we're talking about right here, when it comes to, like, if you're like that wealthy, honestly, it really can't buy you happiness. It can't buy you. I mean, you have peace of mind. Sure, you don't have to worry about anything. But, like, if you can't still talk to girls, if you still can't get laid, if you're not gonna have a family, I think that's the reason why a lot of these filthy rich guys have like 7, 8 kids. What else is there to do besides bang women?
Let's face it, MSK. If you were rich and famous, you'd be sitting right at home playing League like you normally do.
Honestly, I probably would. This is the only thing that would pretty much keep me going, is going out to like a lot of the states, even like your state, and seeing like how their comic book shops are. I've kind of had that as a thought in the back of my head. If I ever got filthy rich, I would fly around the United States and just see everyone's comic book shop, whether it was a small backwater town in Tennessee where the white guys have like Confederate flags on their belt buckles or things like that, or just go to the Klan's first ever like meeting place around their comic book shop where they sell a bunch of Black Panther omnibuses from time
would you walk into the comic shop with a Klan cloak on and you're like, hello, fellow white person, I'm here to check out Black Panther today?
That's even worse. Imagine that, a black guy walking in with the Grand Wizard KKK outfit and saying, hello, my fellow whites. They're going to be like, what the fuck's wrong with this dude?
They pull it off you and they're like, oh, you Mexican. They just get it wrong.
Good Lord. That's probably the worst thing a Klan member could go through. It's like if they die and they go to hell or whatever, or, like there's that gate you're supposed to go past through when you die or whatever, and God's supposed to like judge you for everything you did if you believe in Christianity. Like, what if the clan members die and God actually is a black woman? What?
I don't think it's biblically accurate, but
There was a joke I heard back in school where like, hey, what if this clan member died and came back to life and he had saw like Jesus or like God and was a black woman?
no, it's like one of those animes where they get killed by Truck Coon and then they get like
Yeah.
reincarnated into a fantasy world, killing like 3,000 slimes or some shit like that. I don't fucking know.
You know what's crazy? There's a Superman story called Superman Smashes the Clan or something like that.
Isn't that where Lois Lane like did blackface?
She's based now. Okay, I might actually have to like her more now. Good lord.
Did you not know about this? Did you not know about this?
No, I've only seen the image where he holds up the two clan members on the skyscraper.
No,
and then
there's a Superman story out there from like I think it's either the 60s or the 70s where she literally changed her skin tone and became a black woman. And it's like, I mean, of course, if it came out in the 60s and the 70s, that kind of makes sense. But like, you try doing some shit like that today, oh god, you would the fucking uproar could get you to imagine.
I just find it so weird that a bunch of really crazy progressive losers will be like, man, Superman is against right wingers and fascism. If you guys are this stupid, let me just educate you in life. The KKK was founded by Democrats. Don't even take my word for it. Look it up. It is factually provable. So Superman is against Democrats, actually, since you guys are the one who started the KKK. And keep in mind,
Superman's against all forms of corruption, man.
Yeah, it's just so funny how like people say, but the Democrats of that period would just be right wingers today. That's not even how that works. That's not even how that works at all. That's
right.
It's literally not how politics work. We're talking to them actual morons. We're talking to that person that literally like read their 12th grade like social studies book and thinks they know everything. They're like, I know about how famine works. It's like, all right, bro.
I know about the Black Plague. Please on rats. Okay.
Like when you were at school after like history class was over and shit, you would always have that one guy who would absorb the history too much and always talk to you like, man, back then they had like fascism and Black Plague and they had to grow their own food and then like the government overthrew the right winger Nazi Democrat. They're like, I'm talking, dude, just chill out, bro.
They did it right on paper. They wrote on clay tablets with their pinky toes.
It would always be a tall white guy with like black hair. Always. It would always be one of those guys in metal bands and shit.
Or no, it's that one black kid with the glasses that's got his hair sticking straight up in like a cone, looking like a Hey Arnold character.
He looks like there was a black guy that lives in my city who looks like that, looking like Sonic.
What?
We call him Sonic. I call him Black. I call him Shadow.
I was gonna say just call him Shadow.
Yeah, Sonic's not black. What the hell? All right,
well, I mean, isn't Shadow technically white since he's Keanu Reeves? I mean,
DK, what's up, man? Oh, what's up, Walter? How you doing, man? Long time no see. Hopefully, you've been doing pretty good. Emilio, what's up, buddy? Like, we're at this point now where, dude, at your job. Mm-hmm. Are there people at your job that legitimately think Kyle Rittenhouse should straight up open fire on a bunch of black people?
We're too busy loading beer and trying to get through the day to talk about politics, bud.
Has it ever come up, like anything politic-wise, ever come up at your job?
Not that I know of, no.
Because you said you work with a lot of black people, and it's like, man, black people working? I don't know that out here.
I work on the I work for a distribution center that's basically in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina, which is like the capital of the state, but it's on like the south side of Raleigh, which is essentially the hood. It's more or less the ghetto. So I think it's like me and like maybe two other white guys working there. I mean, everybody there is cool, but I mean, everybody's just kind of focused on doing their own thing and getting their job done so they can just go home.
We used to have a beer company out here. Like, I remember I asked the guy, like, is there any like time off? Like not like time off as far as like vacation days, but like is there ever slow periods?
Oh yeah. Job? Yeah, we have what are called blackout periods, and blackout periods are essentially they're kind of like all hands on deck kind of days. That's usually when we get like massive shipments of product in, and there's a lot of stuff just being sent out on trucks, and like literally nobody's allowed to call out during blackout days. Like if you try to call out during a blackout period, like they will literally like point the shit out of you for it. But I mean,
Like your
other than
hours will be
I,
cut if you
but
do that.
no, they just add points onto your fucking thing. Like
Oh,
we
I
have
see
a
what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, we have a point system where if you gather like a certain amount of points, they essentially just terminate you based on how many fucking points you got. Like me, I don't think I have any points. I mean, I go to work, I'm there on time every fucking day. I don't miss blackout periods. I think I've only been late one time, and it's because like, well, actually no, I've been late. No, yeah, I've been late once, but that's only because my aunt's dog died like a couple weeks back. So of course I called them and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get there on time. I'm too busy like burying a dog in the backyard right now.
Good
So
lord.
yeah, rest in peace, lady. She was the best.
So you had something happen to you, and then you basically checked out. So what did you do when you checked out?
Uh Nothing great. Like I'll be honest. Just kind of wallow in self-pity for like a month and a half before I finally was like, you know what, I've had enough of this. And
That's what my
I
wife does after I have sex with her. She just wallows in self pity.
well, I went to a doctor, you know, got physical done, you know,
Okay.
just talked about everything that's happened in the past year. They put me on like a mild antidepressant, so I'm taking an antidepressant medication to just kind of help throughout the day. But I mean, other than that, I mean, recently I've started going back to church. I mean, that's really like helped with my mental state and just even if you're not religious, I think just having like a source of like, positivity in your life to like keep you upbeat and, positive, it really helps with your mental health. And I mean, we're coming up on, I mean, October 12th will have been like, the day, I mean, a year to the day of when it happened. So,
Hmm.
but it's just grief is funny, man. It's one of those things where it doesn't ever really go away. You just kind of have to learn to deal with it and live
Hmm.
with it. Like today, they finally, I guess like a couple days ago, they finally got his gravestone put in. And I got a chance to see it today for the first time. And it's been a minute since I've had like a big emotional like episode, but just seeing that today, it just triggered
I'm
something
not
in
gonna
me, dude.
lie.
Yeah.
Around the same time, because you said that was yesterday, right?
What? Where they were?
The thing you just said, you said that was like about a few days ago to a week ago.
Yeah.
So literally in that same time frame, I was on Facebook just scrolling because I scroll through it still to this day,
Hmm.
and it showed like a 10-year picture of my mother, and I was like, I just had to just scroll. I would
Yeah.
have just out because like I don't cry. I'm not a crying person. I don't think I'm just not a crier. I've just never really been that way. I haven't cried
Yeah.
in Lord years.
Well,
But
dude.
it's just like seeing those things. It's like I already
Yeah.
kind of moved on from those things and like seeing memories and stuff. Like I'm a firm believer in always moving forward because
Hmm.
I do believe that the people that you lose would not have liked to have seen you cry and mope around. I do firmly believe that. So I
No.
think the best way to honor people that you've loved and lost is to actually
Hmm.
move forward and keep their memories in your head. Like I that thing you said about being positive, where like how like back in the day when you had lost someone, like people would
Hmm.
say like, well, just remember the positive times, and I never actually registered that. I was like, how can I ever do that if I'm always gonna think about this person gone? And then in my head, just
Well,
like randomly, you'll start seeing the positive memories that you had of that person.
yeah.
And like if you truly do think of like all the positive outcomes you have with the person, it does actually, I won't say ease the pain or take it away. It does make it a
It
lot more
does.
better when you're thinking about it. Like if you think about all the happy memories you have with that person, all
Yeah.
the great times, all the conversations, stuff like that. That's what I now
Yeah.
have been
It,
thinking about.
and it does help, just thinking about, all the good times and, just all the memories I got. It does help. I guess immediately after it happens, the only thing you can think about is just the state they were in, like the last time you saw them. Like, I mean, I got a good look at him, like before they took his body away,
Oh,
dude.
I know how you
And
feel, man. Yeah,
that's
I know.
that's that's
Hmm.
that's something you just don't forget,
I
like at
I
all.
I try to black it out as much as I can. You know how you guys say I play too much League to black out my problems. I I literally, this is just generally what I do. I mostly always just go full head on into any hobbies that I have, like comic books or movies or anything like that, because
Hmm.
taking your mind off that and burying it, albeit it's probably not that good to do that, it does put you in a
Well,
more better
my
mood, I would say.
another part of the reason I left for a couple months was because my grief and just my feelings were really starting to like affect my relationships with everybody. Like, I mean, mutual friends of ours like Iron, Darnell, Tiny. I mean, love all of them to death, but there just came a point where I just became too much to handle because all I ever fucking did was just sit on stream and wallow in grief and do the whole, woe is me fucking thing. And it got to a point where they couldn't take it. I knew I had a problem and I just needed to fucking go. Like I needed to separate for a little bit and just get myself together. Cause, I love hanging out with my friends. I love talking to you guys. I love doing things with you guys online. And, it's another thing too, where it started to affect the things that I enjoyed doing too. Like, the D&D streams, Curse of Strahd,
Oh yeah.
for like the first 10 episodes, I was on fucking fire, dude. Like everything I did, like I couldn't get enough of the fucking game. But it's like after he died, like slowly but surely, like just my mood and like I could not do the things that made me happy anymore because I was just sad and depressed all the time. So, grief is, like I said, grief is weird because you learn to deal with it and you learn to cope with it in your own way. And and like you said, just finding those things that make you happy. And, sometimes you lose sight of those things. You lose sight of the things that are important in your life. And part of grieving and part of like getting back to normal is just finding that spark and, rediscovering those things that make you happy, dude. Like I've spent a lot of time at the movies recently. I've started playing a lot more games than I have in a while. Like we're getting ready to start Curse of Strahd again on September 7th.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been a long process and I'm still coping, still dealing with it. But I think compared to where I was like a couple months ago, I mean, I'm a lot better, dude.
My thing is not grief generally. It's I always say I have no regrets, but the regretting part of it, like feeling guilty, is like the worst. That's terrible.
I like to think I don't have any regrets, but every once in a while, like I'll see a movie or I'll see a game that comes out, and I'm just like, fuck, he would have loved that. Like Thunderbolts came out, and I think I've seen it 3 times now. Like it came out on it came out on Disney Plus, so I rewatched it like a day ago. And I got to the end of it, and I kind of looked at my cousins, and I was like, man, he would have fucking loved this. Like it's just going to the movies and seeing Marvel movies and just that was something we always did together. So I think when we went and saw Captain America, New World Order and Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts, just seeing those movies without him there, it was kind of weird.
Like Fantastic Four, I would imagine it was a little bit harder because it's like baby comes out. What's crazy is in that movie they do have the big sense of that movie that I liked a lot of it was the sense of family that was in the movie. Like the family unit was very good.
Thunderbolt. I mean, Fantastic Four was good, but honestly, I think out of the 3 we've gotten this year, Thunderbolts is the one that like hit me the most, just because it came out at the time. It came out at the perfect time where I was just not doing good. Like at all. So the whole time, I mean, the metaphors in the movie are written on the wall, like literally, like right down to the point where Bob, Sentry is just beating the shit out of his own inner darkness while it's taunting him, telling him, you're always going to be alone. And, his friends are being separated from him. Like I'm sitting there watching this and I'm bawling my fucking eyes out, dude.
God damn it. No.
I'm like, I'm like, it hit a little too close to home at the right fucking moment, and I'm just like, God, this movie has no right to be this fucking good. Like
what's going on? Some of the criticism I saw for Thunderbolts was like, oh, this one guy on Twitter, he had said, well, they just want to make all men out to be some giant pussies. I'm like, that's not what happened.
Have you read? Let me ask you something, because here's the thing. I've read a little bit about the Sentry in the comic books. How he's portrayed in the comic books is pretty much how he was portrayed in the movie. That's literally his character.
One of the most accurate looking suits and
oh my god,
physical appearances ever.
Perfect.
They ever did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't they do that? Like fans love that shit. If you can get the accurate look of a character and the suit, do that more. Why don't we
Yeah.
even just have that? Like, you remember how people were so happy to finally see Hugh Jackman put on the actual Wolverine suit?
It was
And like,
awesome.
it was awesome. I just don't know why we let the movies kind of convince people that not having their suits look like that is good. Because like you have people that'll say, but that looks goofy. No one would ever wear that. Yeah, no one would ever put on a bat suit and start beating up people. Like this is already
Right.
retarded in the world we live in, you know?
Well, I mean, I think there's been a switch recently. I mean, if you have you seen a lot of the behind the scenes stuff for Spider-Man Brand New Day?
I
Like
have.
the
Yeah.
suit's pretty comic accurate.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
You know, I mean, a lot of the leaked concept art for Avengers Doomsday, I mean, Doctor Doom looks like Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
You know, now could they change some of that aesthetic for Doomsday and Secret Wars when it comes out? Yeah,
Oh,
but
probably will. You know, Thanos
but
got lighter with every appearance.
and
Remember that? He was
eventually it,
dark as
it,
fuck.
and eventually he just wasn't wearing any armor at all, which I mean, he had the Infinity Gauntlet. Did he really need that fucking armor at that point?
Not really.
Not
Good Lord.
really. But
Yeah, because wait, you were around, I think, when Brave New World came out, Captain America 4. Yeah, you were around for that one. You didn't really like that one that much, I think, didn't you?
it's okay. I mean, obviously, the 3 Captain America movies that precede it are better in every conceivable way. Just the thing for me is when I've watched it, you can tell because I mean, we all knew about the bullshit that was going on behind the scenes and just all the reshoots that were going on with it at the time. So watching Brave New World, you can just tell that it's a movie that was reshot, re-edited, and just put back together over and over and over again. It's got some cool stuff in it. I wish they had done more with Red Hulk, just because I mean, I thought Thunderbolt Ross was the best part of the movie.
Dude, it felt like an Incredible Hulk 2008 movie.
Yeah,
Hulk. Yeah.
It felt like a sequel to the Incredible Hulk, which is not a bad thing. But if you want to do a movie like that, like why make a Captain America movie? Just make an Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah, so to me, it's a movie that doesn't have Captain America, and it's a sequel to the Incredible Hulk with Hulk villains.
Yeah.
And it mostly tries to be this like ghetto Winter Soldier. Like the stuff that they did in the movie was very reminiscent of just if Winter Soldier just did them bad, you know?
I don't know if it was necessarily bad as much as it was just trying too hard. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. The scene with Giancarlo Esposito, like they try to do a very similar scene to like when Bucky first appeared and he started doing that knife shit to Cap. It's like, because I remember Anthony Mackie was like, yeah, we're gonna bring it back to the good old days of Marvel, and it's like, okay, show me.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, Giancarlo Esposito's a good actor, but I mean, his character Sidewinder is just kind of wasted. Like, he didn't need to be in the movie.
Yeah, if he literally wasn't in the movie at all, would you have noticed?
They could have replaced him with literally anybody else, and the movie would not have changed at all.
That short Jewish chick who was a Black Widow, just throwaway nothing character. Like that movie just emphasized when it came out all the bad things we didn't like about Marvel. And I will say, I did not really have that much hopes for Thunderbolts until I saw a few trailers. The trailers weren't that bad. I was like, okay, this is looking like it's kind of bringing things back to what it used to be. I watched it. I actually enjoyed it. I think the biggest problem with Thunderbolts is the very end of it, where they're just called the New Avengers. And it's like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, because it meant something being an Avenger. And it's like now Valentina, of all people, can just coin people to be the Avengers. Like, come on. Like, we got to think of this title as like meaning something. You know, that's just me. That's how I thought of it.
Well, I mean, they did say that Sam Wilson is like filing for copyright for the Avengers name, which I think is just silly. But
a black guy, the black guy who couldn't even get a loan, is going to sue someone for copyright. Yeah, I'm going to press X to doubt on that one. No way. No way he gets it.
I still don't get that. He's a fucking Avenger. You mean to tell me he as an Avenger, he can't walk into a bank and get a fucking loan? Seriously?
It's also disgustingly weird that they thought that Tony would pay for everything. These are grown-ass people with jobs. No, he shouldn't pay for everything because he's a billionaire. I never understood that. It's like people are like, well, Batman should pay for everything. He's a billionaire. And under what rule should he do that? And how fair is that? Let's say we have a Justice League and you're a billionaire and they want you to pay for everything. It's like, that's not really a team aspect, right?
Yeah,
You pay for everything, and I get to do nothing.
it's
What
like
the hell?
what about you fuckers? What do you get to do? Just lounge around and watch TV after beating up the bad guys? No, fuck you.
I told Sam's fucking sister, go get a job, you Shaniqua. Go outside and
Oh
get
god.
an OnlyFans or something. Good lord. Oh god.
We almost made it 30 minutes without you saying it.
Uh,
Jesus.
Thunderbolts to me, I just kind of consider it's like a Fast and Furious MCU movie. It's so, and I think that's what they need more of. They need fun popcorn movies to
Here's
get
what
people back in.
here's what I told my cousin, and you can disagree with me on this if you want.
Oh, you're white. I never disagreed.
Aside from Deadpool and Wolverine and Spider-Man Far From Home, because one was a Sony movie and one was technically still kind of Fox-ish, I think Thunderbolts is Marvel's best movie since Endgame.
I think both of
Personally.
these movies are. I think both of them, this one and Fantastic Four, have been their best movies since Endgame. Because I think
Yeah.
both of them are actually pretty solid. I think even if you weigh the negatives, these movies, if these two movies released back in like phases 1 through 3, they would probably be in my top 15
Well,
MCU
not even
movies.
that. Like, if they had dropped these movies, like, maybe not like right after Endgame, but like made them like, you know, the be all like end of phase 4 or the beginning of phase 5, I think it would have been perfect. Like, they probably would have melded well with all the other stuff they were doing at the time. I mean, honestly, I would prefer these movies than half of the Disney Plus shows that we got at the time that went absolutely nowhere.
I think the problem with the shows was that, because you were there, remember when we first met, where WandaVision came out, and it's every week they're doing an episode, and I just, the reason why I stopped watching them is because I did the thing that Kelly Sue DeConnick said: if you don't like my comic books, well, it was like, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
If you don't
Yeah,
politics, buy my book.
I
Yeah.
didn't like the thing you just said. Every single time we watched one of these shows, it would go nowhere. And it's not like it had to build into the grand scheme of things. It was literally, it was like glorified. What's that thing you kids say nowadays with stuff? It's just a nothing burger. Yeah, these shows are literally nothing burgers and they don't offer anything. Like, people even said they only like, imagine 12 of these shows and you like one of them. That's really bad.
And I've talked to a bunch of friends about this too. I think the TV side could work for for characters like Moon Knight, like Ms. Marvel, but you don't tie those series to the main movies. Like, don't make them integral parts of your plot lines, you know, for your movies or your big upcoming events. Like, if you're going to do Avengers Doomsday or Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars or whatever you're going to do, you know, just it's all right to do a fun one-off and it not fit into the bigger picture of the MCU. Like, if they had made Moon Knight and said, "Oh, it's just Moon Knight. He's just out here doing shit." Cool. I'm all for that. It doesn't, not every single thing they do needs to fit into this big puzzle piece that, you know, this big ass puzzle that is the MCU, dude, because some of it, like we just talked about, it turns out to be nothing. Like, it goes nowhere. Like, you know, they introduce, you know, Ms. Marvel's bangles in, you know, the Ms. Marvel show, and they make such a big deal out of them, like in the Marvels movie. But I mean, how big are those fucking bangles really going to be when it comes to like Doomsday and, you know, Secret Wars? Like, you know, I don't need stuff like that. Like, if you want to tell good one-off stories about characters like Moon Knight or Daredevil and just, you know, have a good time with it, cool, I'll watch it. But not everything needs to tie into the MCU. And I think that's where everything is kind of like gone sour, because you have a bunch of catch up and a bunch of homework to do before you can even go see these movies. And I feel like that's kind of why Fantastic Four has done kind of well, because it's the first movie in a while where we haven't really had a lot of homework to do just to go see this movie and understand what the fuck's going on. That's why when you go watch Thunderbolts, I mean, us who have seen the Disney Plus shows, we know who all these characters are and where they're coming from. But people who don't have Disney Plus, who don't know who these characters are, they went to this movie and they're like, this guy's Captain America. This chick,
they tried to do
what is going on?
Yeah, like my thing with Thunderbolts is that they tried to do what they originally did when the MCU first started, and you can't have that happen this time around because they put half the characters in obscure places. Like, half of that cast is Falcon and Winter Soldier and Black Widow.
Right.
Half the cast is, and like not a lot of people even watched Black Widow nor liked it. A lot of people didn't like Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And I mean, I like Ghost as a character, but nobody remembers Ghost except
Yeah,
people.
and Ghost
Yeah,
and Ant-Man the Wasp is that movie's bad. That movie kind of sucks.
it's not as bad as Quantum Mania, dude. Come on.
You could toss them up for me. Toss a coin.
No, Quantum Mania is fucking garbage, dude.
Dude, in Quantum Mania, I remember the grandma loved BBC. I can always forgive a movie for that. She was getting dicked down by Kane. She was getting her back blown out.
No, she was getting dicked down by Bill Murray, and then Kang. Bill Murray was side dick. Kang was the main one.
I still can't believe that this company is under Disney, and this company has for years been telling us, women you should empower women, don't slut shame them, makes a movie, finances it, puts it out for the public, where the mother of the superhero, heroine, is a whore who got her asshole blown out by Jonathan A. Majors. What a good job, Disney. You're really helping women out there. You're really helping the woman front there, making a movie where the mom literally is like, it's like one of those, like, if you know, she was choking on some fat dick when she was in that quantum realm. But hey, she didn't know if she was ever going to get out. Yeah, but it's like, oh, goodness gracious. That's what Quantumania sucks, too. It's like, they're trying to show you that Kang's supposed to be the next Thanos, and then he's beaten by Scott Lang, and it's like, well, why should I even think this guy's a threat?
You bitch him out to fucking Ant-Man after you've spent the entire movie building him up and talking about how he's killed Avengers and wiped out entire timelines, and then he gets beat by the most C-list fucking and look, I like Ant-Man. I like Scott Lang, but that would be like me putting Thanos in front of him and him beating Thanos in his first appearance. Like, what? Like, you want an entire Avengers movie centered around this guy, but you're gonna bitch him out to the fucking Ant-Man? Like, seriously?
Or it's even worse when you have Thor: Love and Thunder come out. Like Thor: Love and Thunder and Eternals. I still believe that there were some really awful MCU movies in phases 1 through 3, but phase 4 offering up Eternals and Thor: Love and Thunder, which are two of my worst MCU movies in one.
I would still take Eternals over fucking Love and Thunder any day. I'm sorry. At least I felt like when I watched Eternals personally, this is just me, I felt like Eternals tried to do something different. And unfortunately, what it tried to do was not for everyone, which is understandable. But I felt like that movie had a lot more originality and was at least trying to do something different, as where Love and Thunder is just a fucking clown show made up of the same regurgitated Taika Waititi bullshit that we've seen over and over and over again. And it just, you're going to take Gore the God Butcher, one of the coolest fucking villains from the Thor comics, and you're just going to turn him into a fucking joke, man. Or you're just going to make Thor into an even bigger joke than he already is. And it just, I don't know. Like, I know they're saying that Thor is supposed to have like a pretty big role in Doomsday, but I don't see what that role could be other than him just cracking fucking one-liners and doing the Taika Waititi spill, because that's all he's become now. That's his identity. You know, it just, I don't know. The future of the MCU is kind of uncertain. And I know they've been talking about doing the mutant saga and, you know, kind of rebooting everything after Secret Wars. I think if they were smart, they need to put the MCU on the shelf for a couple years. Stop making movies. If you want to do some stuff on Disney Plus here and there, cool. But like, put the movies on the shelf, let it sit for like maybe, 5-10 years. And then bring it back and see if you can't recapture some of that magic that you had back in 2000.
You know why I think they can't? It's one of these things that I've had try. Sorry, my brain is fried. English is not my first forte, as you guys know, because I'm black. Jokes aside. So it's something that I've been thinking about long and hard. Like the points we were at.
You're long and hard.
It's already Tuesday for me. But like the things that we had important to us back then, as far as now, like there's so much that has changed since the MCU began. Like back when it's like 2008, 2009, all those many years past, everyone's life was so much different back then. The way like we consumed movies was different. The way we saw them was different. I just don't know if it's possible to capture that magic again
The
because
the
everyone's
way
life is different now at
well
this
the way
point.
well the way movies looked back then was very different as well too.
Yeah.
You know, like this weekend, me and my cousins watched Michael Bay's Transformers from 2007. For a movie that looks, for a movie that's nearly 2 decades old, dude, it looks better than half of the fucking movies that come out today. Like the CGI holds up unbelievably well, and even Iron Man, and you go back to movies like Spider-Man 2, and even Spider-Man from 2002, like there's just something about older movies that holds up a lot more than a lot of the mass produced, Marvel slop that we've been getting recently. You know, and I think a good, and I think a lot of it has to do with practicality as well. Like, I know that Robert Downey Jr., like, if he infamously like hated wearing the Iron Man suit, so I think that's why they started switching over to CGI more and more. But I mean, just those older movies from like that time period just have a completely different aura and aesthetic than compared to a
I
lot
was
of the stuff we have now.
I was watching a random there's these channels on YouTube in certain spaces. Have you ever been on YouTube? Sometimes you see the sidebar and it will say like new, but it's some like new
Yeah.
podcast with like 6 views. I decided to just browse in and watch just a little bit just to see what the more casual people have been saying. And there was this lady where she has specifically said, when I was younger, I really liked these movies, but as I got older, I just didn't care for them that much because I had different things come up in my life and different priorities. And I think that's
That's
something that
fine.
people have to understand too. Is like when we were younger, that's when like the superhero craze really popped off for like the late 2010s, early yeah, I would say late 2000s, early 2010s when that big superhero craze popped off. And
Mhm.
all of our lives were different back then. Some of us were just still in school, so we just sit there and just kind of watch movies a lot of time or play games, right? And
It's crazy.
then you got
Crazy to
jobs afterwards and you family, and there's just a lot of things that you end up seeing differently when you have like kids and you get older and you realize what a bad movie is versus what a good one is. And like going from seeing the MCU from what it was to where it is now, it's like, yeah, you have to go like, man, good years are behind us.
I'm,
Holy
I'm
shit.
I'm gonna make you feel old. I was a junior in high school when Infinity War came out. I can't believe it's been that long. Like it is. Phew, time flies. Time fucking flies, man.
I remember when Infinity War was about to drop. Do you remember the day they
Oh
dropped
yeah,
the trailer? The day that the trailer dropped,
it
it felt
crashed the
like
internet. I think.
I remember that. It's still one of the highest viewed trailers ever. Like, I don't really understand the reason why you had numbers like that, and the reason why it's so surprising when numbers like that break previous accolades set by stuff like that is because we don't have that genuine interest anymore. I also think it's interest too. I think over time, because people always say it's superhero movie fatigue or bad movie fatigue. I think fatigue in general, if you look at the definition of it, it's just you're feeling tired. I think eventually, when something is not the newest thing, people just kind of drift off from it. Even every franchise has had this. Every big TV show's had this. Every genre of movies have had this. The fact that people thought that the MCU would never have people that just get fatigued, not just because the movies are bad, they just get tired of it. You just get tired of something over time. It's not as special anymore.
Well, I think 2008 through 2019, they had a really good balance going on because they dropped like what, maybe 1 or 2 movies a year.
That was like
Well,
2 or 1 at most. Yeah.
yeah, and like post Endgame, like I think for Phase 4, we got like what, 5 shows and like maybe 6 movies all in the span of like 2 years. That's a lot of content to fucking consume, dude. And yeah, fatigue is very much a prevalent part of the problem, but I think just overexposure is another problem as well. That's what's led to people feeling fatigued, because when you go back to those first 3 phases, like every single Marvel movie, you got hyped for. It felt like an event, like, oh shit, Black Panther's coming out. Like, I'm fucking pumped. Marvel's back, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. All of those movies felt like events. And then you get past Endgame, and dude, I can remember when Disney Plus came out, and the first thing I watched on there was Kevin Feige basically talking about what they had coming next. I was excited for a lot of the stuff that they had coming out. When they announced WandaVision and Thor: Love and Thunder and all of this stuff, I was fucking pumped for it, dude. Like, I wanted to see where this was going to go next and what they could possibly do. It's just they tried to do too much, and I feel like, couple that together with just a lot of the bullshit messaging they've been trying to shove into a lot of their movies and shows, people are just tired of it, man. It's like, all right, you've taken this thing, not only have you taken this thing that I used to really love and you've just kind of beaten me over the head with it, it's just not what it used to be. Like, it's a perverted version of what it used to be. And it's just not recognizable anymore.
And then when you say like, hey, I don't like this female character, then you get things told to you like, oh, you don't like women, you're a bigot. And it's like,
yeah.
I was hoping this. And what if I am? What if I don't like women? Why would that be a problem? Like, you tell it straight to someone's face and they just go, oh, how dare. Yeah. Like, what if I just don't like a lot of female characters? Like, and keep in mind, I'm just saying this thing as a performative way to combat idiots. But
when you,
it's like, what if I don't like the female characters and I just generally just don't like the characters they're giving me?
Yeah.
Does that make me hate women? It's like, fuck.
Not really. I mean, the problem with a lot of their female characters is they write them like insufferable CUNTs, man. Like Captain Marvel, can't fucking stand her. Like Riri Williams and Ironheart, like she's probably the most. I didn't think Marvel could make a character that's more insufferable than fucking Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, but they somehow managed to do it with Riri Williams and Ironheart. Like because when you tell a story, you want your character to have an arc, and there's been plenty of shows and plenty of media where they've done the unlikable protagonist trope, and usually by the end they learn some kind of lesson and they learn the error of their ways, and they become a more evolved and better person by the end of their story. Not with Ironheart. She literally learns nothing. She's the same static fucking person that she was from the beginning of the series to the end. And the series literally ends with her making a deal with the literal devil. Like,
they could have just saved that for Spider-Man, Brand New Day. They could have just saved that for him with the whole Mephisto thing, taking away the marriage. But, oh shit, No Way Home did that. No Way Home already took away everything he loved and enjoyed. So that was pretty much one more day.
And here's the thing. From what I saw of Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto, I like him. I think he could do it. He could do it really fucking well. Why put him in Ironheart? You could have literally shoved that fucker anywhere else, and you chose to put him in Ironheart. Like,
they wouldn't put him in WandaVision. Like, the fucking writer was asked, like, are you gonna add Mephisto to the show based off the fan theories? He was like, who's Mephisto?
Right, like she didn't even know who the fuck Mephisto was. Oh my god!
And then, like, that's another thing too. Introducing big villains like that on shows, and I get it. They want the shows to have like this wow factor for the TikTokers and all and on Twitter and social media. That's the only reason why they do it. They want to put big moments like that, so like people clip them out, so they upload up. So the people that clip them out upload them on social media, so it gets people to go like, oh, I should probably watch the next show. This big thing's gonna happen, and having a character like Mephisto introduced in a show,
that's a big character. And the thing is,
a massive character.
And you could argue you could probably do an entire phase of Marvel with Mephisto alone. Probably.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know. Multiverse of
they could do one just based off Null too. Like Null.
You know what? If they didn't introduce him in WandaVision, I think they probably should have introduced him in Multiverse of Madness. Say what you want about that movie. It would have fit perfectly with the tone and the aesthetic. And if they're going for the mystical and the magical stuff, it would have been a perfect time to introduce him. And who knows? Maybe it's not the dark. Maybe they could have done a twist where it wasn't the Darkhold that was really corrupting Wanda. Maybe the Darkhold was just kind of boosting her power. But what if Mephisto was behind the scenes, you just kind of puppeteering her? They could have done anything with this fucker, but instead they dropped him in Ironheart and just expected everybody to seal clap. and it didn't go like that at all. I like Sacha Baron Cohen. It's just, he doesn't need to be Mephisto in Ironheart. It's stupid.
I just don't like where the line of criticism comes from these shows. Like, let's just say you just didn't like Riri Williams and people just said you were racist. And it's like, this is why I think movie criticism is the worst when it comes to fans, because fans do that to the point where it's like, you think I'm a racist because I didn't like a black character. Do you know how utterly retarded you sound?
Maybe I just think she's a horribly written piece of crap
She's that way in
character.
the books too. That's why I
Yeah.
tell people some of these characters that Marvel is taking from, these weren't even liked characters in the comic books, where it has such a smaller type of
No,
reach
like
and niche than
I
the movie
think
audience is.
I think from that time frame, really the only one that people kind of liked was Jane Foster as Thor. Other than that,
Mhm.
I mean, Sam Wilson as Captain America didn't do well.
Not like, yeah.
Riri Williams didn't do fucking well.
Miss
And
Marvel eternally never liked.
Ms. Marvel's comic book has been canceled and rebooted so many fucking times that I I don't even think I have enough fingers to count the amount
At
of
this
times
point
that's
now,
happened.
at this point now, they've just been inserting her into the X-Men big events from the comic books. That's how desperate they are to push her.
Didn't they do like a time travel story recently where they like
Mhm.
inserted her into like some of the biggest moments in the
All
X-Men
the big
history?
events. They inserted her into like the storyline where Jean Grey dies and Jean Grey dies in Scott's hands. They're gonna insert her in every big X-Men event. But like when that tamper with time and everything, it's like, why do they want to keep pushing Miss Marvel onto people? It's just she's literally not a liked character. She's not interesting at all.
Well, it's the same thing. Well, and on the opposite side, you know, where you have very unlikable characters, you have Marvel continuing to kind of like just tear down their more popular characters. Like if you look at the Amazing Spider-Man run in the comic books right now, there's a reason why Ultimate Spider-Man is doing so well. And it's because that's the version of Spider-Man that everybody's been wanting for decades. You know, he's married, he's happy, he at least has somewhat of his life intact. You know, that's where we want Peter Parker to be. That's where his character should have been years ago. But you keep going back to, especially like Zeb Wells' run on Amazing Spider-Man. He just spent the entire fucking comic run just cucking him and making him look like the most undervalued just piece of shit ever. Like he gets his ass whooped in a lot in that fucking run, to the point where you're like, man, Peter Parker's just kind of a bitch. He's just getting steamrolled by bad guys that he's beaten multiple fucking times. Like, dude, I remember when they introduced the character of Paul. The fucking meltdowns on the internet, man, were fucking great.
I read the first trade paperback, volume 1 for Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man run, and I will say this: it was definitely not good. I don't think it was as bad as everyone made it out to be, because I've read worse than that. But I know it doesn't get better than that, because I think that's the best of the books, because in that book, Paul finds out that Peter is messaging his girlfriend, and they apparently have kids or whatever. And then he sees Peter, because like he tries to go confront Peter because like someone's messaging his girl, which is rightfully so. I think that's a thing that would happen in real life. Like if someone's messaging your girl, you wouldn't want to go take it. I'm messaging my fucking girl. Then he notices that Peter can't pay his bills. This is somewhat like this bill collector's just hanging. You read the story, right? The bill collector's just hanging out next to him.
And he offers to pay his bills for him.
I lost it. I was done with the story. I was like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. You just found out this dude's messaging your girl, trying to get her, and you just went and paid his. I've never seen cuck soy boy bullshit that bad. I was like, damn, this is bad. Like the way that Zeb Wells wrote Tombstone, I thought was cool. I thought the actual Spider-Man stuff, like as far as the action and quipping was there, but like the way that Peter Parker was portrayed,
I disagree. Like every panel I looked at, he's just getting his fucking ass whooped all over the place, and I'm like,
I think the way Peter Parker was portrayed was just so bad. I was like, man,
oh yeah.
Like, there's no way it got better from after me reading that first volume. There's no way. It probably just got way worse.
Well, the thing is, recently, I don't know if the comic is out yet or it's on its way out, but there's been some leaks where it looks like MJ is breaking up with Paul. So now everyone's like speculating about whether or not he and fucking, you know, Peter, whether she and Peter are going to get back together. And I'm just like, I kind of don't want them to get back together, because we're just going to do the same song and fucking dance we've been doing for years where, oh, they're back together and now they're not. Oh, they're back together and now they're not. Like the writers will not let Peter and fucking MJ be happy. Never. They never will.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the way they are right now, I wouldn't be surprised if like she breaks up with Paul and then goes to find somebody else to cuck Peter again with.
So she broke up with Paul, I think, in like All New Venom #9. Then
Yeah,
went to Peter's
because
apartment, and then he
yeah.
was like, "I'm good." But as for that's one great moment out of like how many shitty ones that have happened.
What? Hold on.
That's what I need to get you for your birthday next year. They're gonna do Zeb Wells' Spider-Man run in omnibus format. We're gonna get you Zeb Wells, Amazing Spider-Man by Zeb Wells Omnibus Volume 1. I'm not kidding. And then, dude, when Nearman Condition announced that they were gonna do that omnibus, the comment section was so funny. One dude literally said they literally announced toilet paper omnibus.
You can wipe your ass with this omnibus.
Someone said finally a Paul omnibus. I was like, holy shit.
Did one of the comments say it's Paul in time or something?
They should have said that. That would have been hilarious. Like it's basically when DC printed the new Tom King omnibus. Someone said they literally printed toilet paper. I could wipe my ass with this. I will say this: there's some randomly decent stuff in Tom King's run. I don't know if there's anything redeemable at all in Zeb Wells' Spider-Man run.
No, it's
like even the stuff that I liked wasn't good. And you guys understand, the stuff that I liked wasn't good. Like even that was like, nah. Like the art, remember it was John Romita Jr. He's usually a pretty good fucking artist, right? I feel like he just phoned it into the series. He just didn't try.
I mean, the writers definitely didn't fucking try.
The writers?
That's very apparent.
I thought it was just fucking cats on a typewriter.
I checked out the moment Paul was making this fucking wrist bangle for Mary Jane that gave her a bunch of powers and shit. I was like, what are we doing? Like, what is going on here?
I literally lost my brain when I saw a dude pay another man's bills after he knew that dude was texting his girl. I was like, this is just why? Just why? That like it's a moment. It's like those moments in movies that you see when you're watching a movie, and they're so unbelievably stupid. You just have to look at the screen and go,
"What? Why? That really just happened?"
It's like that Nick Young meme that was very famous, where the question marks. He was doing. He made the face like this, and then question mark.
Yeah,
obviously we're going like, what? I've never, guys. If you've read that volume 1, because I reviewed it on my comic book channel. Good Lord, my brain fried. And it's even worse. It's like, okay, he can't be with Mary Jane, but why can't he be with Black Cat then? Like, you know,
right?
Like, why can't he be with any other girl?
I mean,
let's with Mary Jane.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I think between the two of them, I'm going with Black Cat every day.
I always like Black Cat more. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I think Black Cat's a better character. That's just me personally.
Because MJ just like fucking cucks him and breaks his heart like maybe every 10 years.
Oh my God. Do you remember that story, Sins Past, where it's revealed that Gwen was getting banged out by Norman Osborn and she had like twins? Even the girl, we're supposed to believe that she's the sweet, innocent, valedictorian girl who had never heard of fly. But I will say this about Marvel. That's how girls are, though. Like, girls are like that. They'll trick you to believe that there's a sweet, nice, innocent butterfly. Turns out they're getting 6-man black guy gangbang train ran on them on the weekends. Just saying. But it's also one of those things where in the same story, Mephisto tells Peter, you got to give up your marriage to save Aunt May. Aunt May's like 90. She lived a pretty good life. 90 years old. God damn, it's a pretty good fucking life you lived. 90 years on this planet.
This all happened after the Civil War event, right?
Yes, it was J. Michael Straczynski's run. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it just like she's 90 years old and you're going to give up your marriage to MJ for your I mean, even if Aunt May, like, even if you save Aunt May's life, what she has like maybe another maybe 5 years at least
tops. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Absolute ridiculousness. Like, no one would ever do that. No one would do that at all. I hope no husband would do that.
Tony said MJ's for the streets. I agree.
I was out when they made her Venom. I have when she first
Why did
saw
they do
Venom.
that? Like, did they ever explain why they did that?
Wasn't she always scared of him? I have the first appearance where Venom sees Mary Jane and she's terrified of that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Why? She is freaked out when she first sees that. She's Venom? Why? Eddie Brock is now Carnage. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know about that.
Why?
Which is weird because doesn't Eddie Brock like hate Carnage? Like, why would he?
I fucking hell.
I don't fucking know.
The ideas that this company comes up with blows my mind.
Let's face it. that symbiote's probably dicking her down more than Paul is. That's
a lot
probably
of
why.
that's a lot of black, man.
That's
Holy
the
shit.
only thing I can think of. I'm just like, I wonder what that symbiote's doing to MJ when Paul's not looking. Like, what the fuck?
Oh god. What else was there? Oh, remember they brought back Gwen to make her Gwenpool? They just brought her back. Just
Yeah.
death, or like they'll announce a character's dying because why? That should be in a book that you read for a surprise moment. They'll be like, okay, Thor's gonna die.
Wait a minute. Didn't they kill Ms. Marvel in the Zeb Wells run too?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
They
and then
she was gonna die, and they just brought her back like a month later.
Well, they did it because in the Ms. Marvel show they revealed she's a mutant, so they killed her off just to bring her back as a mutant to like follow the continuity of the MCU.
Yeah. It was just a cheap sales gimmick. Like they didn't really believe that was gonna hype people up. Like, why are they announcing? Keep in mind, if a character's gonna die, you read about it, get shocked by it, tell your friends. Marvel literally on their Twitter account will be like, Thor's gonna die, but he's gonna come back with a new #1 relaunched in a few months. It's like,
it's comic books. We all know nobody stays dead.
There's a book right now called like The Death of Silver Surfer. It's like, oh great, can't wait to read what happens to this guy at the very end of this run. Oh wait, he'll be back in the next few months. That's how Doctor Strange died. He came back. Death doesn't really happen in the universe anymore. And the one character that was always dead was Gwen Stacy, and they brought her back because reasons.
They ran out of characters to bring back from the dead.
So like the gravesite is very empty. Like Marvel's gravesite is probably fucking empty. It's just Gwen Stacy there. That was it.
Dude, if you want to bring characters back from the dead, I reread the DC's Blackest Night series.
It's the Jeff Johns one, right?
Yeah, because I got the omnibus right here.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Well, I reread it, and I think up until that point, because correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's part of I don't think it's part of the New 52. I could be wrong. But I mean, a lot of DC's characters were presumed dead up until that point, and because of the Blackest Night event, they all got brought back in a really creative way. So I mean, if you want to kill characters off, that's cool, but I feel like if you're going to kill characters off, you want there to be lasting stakes, and just bringing them back after like an issue or two, when you did this big, huge thing, just announcing, oh, this character's going to die. And then literally nothing happens as a result of it. It's just like, why'd you even kill them off in the first place? Like, if we're still doing the same thing that we've been doing like 2 issues later.
Oh, because what I was going to tell you is that King in Black event book you have.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought about getting the book before that, which is the Donny Cates run on Venom?
I have the Absolute Carnage
that's the
omnibus
second book.
too.
So you have book 2 and 3, but you don't have book 1.
I need to get my hands on the Donny Cates omnibus.
Yeah, so when you told me about King in Black, I had to remember, like, wait a minute, that might be like the 3rd book in the series.
It is. So, it's the culmination of the entire Donny Cates run on Venom.
Yeah, much. So for me, I'm gonna get the run in order. That King in Black book from the outside looks very good. Like Null's a character that could be like Null is essentially what like they need for like Thanos in the MCU. Like, why can't Null be your biggest villain? Null could do it. I believe Null's a villain that you can actually have that happen with Null.
Side note, we were talking about Sentry and Thunderbolts earlier. What is the first thing that Null does when he shows up?
He grabs Sentry and rips him in half.
He rips the Sentry in half.
And what that does is that establishes dominance. Like, this character is a threat. He can fucking fuck up Sentry. That's how you show people the MCU cares again. Giving a villain that's a legitimate threat and then killing off a character that you didn't think was even possible. Like when you watch Infinity War, I thought Loki was going to die. I just made a random prediction. He just killed Loki. Just killed him. That character you probably like, fucking dead. He just killed Thor's last family member. Technically, they're not exactly, they're adopted brothers. Yeah. Then they kill Gamora, just another character you probably liked. They need to do that again. Establish some unpredictability in these movies again.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. With DC, we haven't talked about DC yet. Did you watch Superman?
I did.
Did you like it?
I did. I liked it a lot.
But you probably didn't like the Jor-El thing.
I honestly just thought it was a silly joke. I didn't really buy into it that much like a lot of other people did. Because I got home and I saw all the discourse it was getting, and I'm like, it's just the way I read it as like a joke. I was like, oh, that's funny. they send him there to start a harem. That's funny. But no, apparently people are like really fucking pissed off about
I'm
that.
not gonna lie. Looking at it from his actual dad's point of view, these bitches out here are for the streets. I'm not gonna lie. There's no quality women. He was, to be fair, from to a complete a real life standpoint, not a comic book world point of view. Women out here are for the streets. These women ain't trying to get married. They're trying to get their backs blown out and then be like, after 5 kids, you see their Tinder profile. After 5 kids, I want a nice guy. Oh, you want a nice guy after having 5 kids and getting blown out? Okay, all right. Get the fuck out of here. What the hell?
I don't know. Let me ask you. Let me ask you something, because I've been seeing one of the biggest things I've been seeing a lot of people talk about recently concerning Superman is Lex Luthor. And the thing I keep hearing is that, oh, they emasculated Lex Luthor. You know, that's not Lex Luthor. I'm like,
what movie did they watch?
Right.
He did.
I'm like,
he did a really great performance. He really knocked it out of the park. He was absolutely, utterly fantastic in the role. I think he's been one of the best actors to play a villain role in a long time. He did a knockout job. I don't know why people would dislike him at all, honestly.
The first thing that came to my mind was, wait a minute. So Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor is emasculated, but somehow Jesse Eisenberg's is not?
Like, for Superman, I could understand the argument if you use the one fight scene where he gets kicked in the balls. I could understand that if you wanted to say that. But Nicholas Hoult did nothing. Like, he literally, if that's not a powerful villain, I don't know what is anymore. He literally toyed with Superman, got him into a point where he had him in the palm of his hand, metamorpho, kryptonited him to the fucking ground. He had him on his knees, and then with no power.
Dude, my jaw actually hit the floor when he straight up just executed that one dude, like right in front of him. Just shot him dead. I'm like, holy shit. Indian too.
Just go fuck away like that.
But no, it just that was a rare
store owner.
That was a rare moment in the movie where I was like, holy fuck. Like it hit me. It came out of nowhere.
Legitimately insane. Yeah. That's like, those were moments that he knocked it out of the park. I really couldn't see an argument people could have where he did a bad job. I just can't see it. Honestly.
I bought the fact that he was just essentially a power hungry lunatic. Like, I really did. But I don't know. There's a lot of people that just think Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor is just a fucking sissy boy, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
Which movie did you like more, Fantastic Four or Superman?
I need to watch Fantastic Four again, because here's the thing. It's a funny story. When we went and saw Fantastic Four, it was me and my cousin originally. I don't know if it was the way the movie was audio synced or if it was just the sound system in the fucking like theater. Like, whatever it was, there were a lot of moments during the movie where the music just overtook the dialogue and you could not hear anyone in the movie talking, like, at all.
Really?
And it really butchered my whole fucking like experience with Fantastic Four. Like there came like the big action sequence where they're being chased by the Silver Surfer and they lure into a black hole and stuff like that.
Very good,
like of course they're in the ship screaming at each other and yelling orders at each other. We couldn't hear any of it. All we heard was the fucking score. And I don't know if it was just the speakers or if the way the movie was synced up with the audio or what, but the audio was fucked up and we could not hear any dialogue at all. So my viewing of Fantastic Four was not that great. However, when we saw Superman, we didn't have any problems. I mean, I need to rewatch Fantastic Four again, but for right now, I'm going to say I enjoyed Superman a little more.
I think the moments in Superman, I think the issues I had with it were very much more like he needs to be a little bit more stronger, because I feel like he was too weak in the movie. I felt like they really dumbed down his power, but I knew James Gunn was going to do that. He said he wasn't going to have a super strong Superman, and I was like, okay, maybe he could probably play with this idea a little bit more.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't really read it as, oh, he's been depowered. I read it as he's fighting enemies that he's really not used to, that can kind of match his power and match his strength. You know, because, I mean, every person who knows Superman knows that he can literally look at you and just, and you're fucking dead. But what happens when you take a hero that's that powerful and
Wait,
you
well, he
match?
can't do it to SpongeBob. SpongeBob can 1v1 Superman.
So can Ultra Instinct Shaggy. I mean, but
SpongeBob can beat Goku too. Ultra Instinct. I'm talking like beat the shit out of him. Not
but
true, but you
but
know.
but you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
we as people know how powerful Superman is, but what happens when you take villains that can literally match his strength and match his power set? Like they can go toe to toe with him and hold their own. I mean, there's plenty of examples of characters in DC already that do that. Doomsday, Darkseid. I mean, characters like Brainiac. I mean, there's a lot of characters that can fight Superman and go toe to toe with him. So why not these guys? Like, why are we acting like he's weak just because he's getting his ass whooped by legitimate threats that he has to figure out how to overcome?
Mhm.
Like that's part of the hero's journey. Like you have to fight the threat and you got to overcome them. I mean,
yeah, I think the other issue for the movie would be essentially, what was it? Because I know I had issues with it, but they weren't even like enough to like
no.
make it and bog it down to the point where I was like, I hate my experience. The emotional moments, the feel good. If I could, I don't know, I had a blast watching it. Oh, Crypto. I thought the dog was annoying. I thought it would work. It's just annoying. He needs to talk. If he talked, it would be a lot more immersive.
If he
needs to talk.
if he talks and he sounds like the Rock from the Super Pets movie, I swear to God.
No, he needs to talk like Bolt. That fucking little dog.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna do this concept, he needs to talk, because I feel like if he's just doing just regular dog stuff, that's kind of annoying typically.
Let me ask you this. There's a lot of people that are nagging on this. The Supergirl cameo at the end of the movie. What'd you think about that?
I don't think it's a good first impression, but
Okay.
I do think that that's kind of, if they're going off the certain comic book run that they're going to base the character's movie off of, it kind of makes sense why she's this way. But I think people are mad with that scene because she calls him a bitch. And
I thought it was funny. I was laughing
like,
when she
people
did
were like,
that.
"Oh, he's getting emasculated. He's getting like what's demasculated or whatever."
Emasculated, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, guys, women. These are women. Every girl is like Kara like that.
Yeah,
bro. We've all.
I've had plenty of women call me a fucking bitch in my lifetime. Like
a lot of them, yeah.
A lot, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I guess, like I'm at a point where I'm like, I just read things differently than people, man. Like usually, if there's a good like amount of people that are reading something a specific way, there's probably a pretty strong chance I'm going to read it the exact opposite way.
Mhm.
Like I've learned to kind of like not take everyone's opinions at face value, because it's like, look, if I go and watch a movie and just think about your opinion the whole fucking time I'm watching this movie, I'm never going to formulate my own. And it's probably just going to take away from any kind of enjoyment I could get out of it. I know there's a lot of people that really had a problem with the Superman clone. I didn't have a problem with that necessarily when they made that reveal. In fact, I kind of figured this where they were going anyway, because when they break into the Fortress of Solitude, they basically tell you that the only way they can get in is with Superman's DNA. And it's like, well, you have a villain that's flying around shooting lasers out of his eyes and doing shit.
That's
and
Superman's powers.
They just happen to get into the Fortress of Solitude mysteriously without any explanation. I mean, I kind of picked up on the fact that he was a clone like from the get-go.
Yeah, because people have said, well, why didn't he just use X-ray vision to see who it was? But the problem with that logic that people use with that is like, but it doesn't make any difference though. Like, even if he did that, that doesn't make any difference at all if he knew it was Ultraman, because they were still equally Ultraman was pretty much whooping his ass the entire movie. It was more or less so a thing where it's like, I don't like when people say those things because that doesn't affect the plot at all. It literally means nothing if he knows that it's a clone of him. They're not going to be buddy. Man, hey, buddy, you look just like me. We're going to be best friends and go beat up Lex Luthor. It's like, that's not going to happen. Like,
no.
Doesn't change jack shit in the plot.
No.
Oh my god, that river CGI bullshit they did. That was kind of stupid. When he was going through the river holding that baby.
It's kind of funny that DC makes a movie with a black hole sequence, and then Marvel follows it up with a movie that has a black hole sequence. I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh god.
But what do you think about the Justice Gang. Like, what do you think about those characters?
I didn't I didn't mind them at all. I think Mr. Terrific was good. I think Guy Gardner was good. I think the problem with those characters is the fact that I kind of predicted this going in. I think you remember me saying this. Like, you bring in these kind of characters, if you don't give them enough screen time, they're just gonna feel like kind of like all right to okay.
Yeah.
I feel like if they didn't have Hawk Girl, I don't think the movie would have changed at all. Honestly, you know.
No. I mean, I understand that you got to like, I mean, if you're trying to build a universe and you're trying to establish, that there are heroes in this universe already that are going to expand outward into this bigger universe that you're trying to
Yeah.
build, that's okay. But honestly, they didn't bother me that much. I felt like they came in, they did their few little cool things, and then got the fuck out of the way. And it was mostly Superman's movie, which is what it needed to be. I didn't need the movie to be Superman and his amazing friends, and I felt like I didn't get that.
We sure didn't need that. Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm. Because when you have a lot of superhero movies that try to just add in a bunch of characters, they just end up not getting enough time to shine, and they just kind of feel just wasted potential. I don't feel like the Justice Gang was wasted. It was just more like, okay, we got them just enough,
Yeah. I mean, we got more Mr. Terrific than we did Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel Brosnahan is for the streets. Good Lord.
Isn't she Dina on The Last of Us? Is that the same actress?
I heard she was married. And did you see the clip where she kissed David Cornsweet after the cut roll?
I did, yeah.
She's for the streets. Oh, Rachel, we caught you in 4K, bitch. We caught you.
I don't know, man. Like, I would probably have to get at least 3 baptisms after a night with her.
Dude, remember the comment she made where she was like, "Yeah, me and David just made out for hours. Yeah, imagine that makes your husband feel good, you stupid scallywag. You fucking thought."
I wonder if is she actually married?
She's married. Yeah, she's been married for a while. Apparently, she's been married for like 5-6 years. Actually, who knows? They might be divorced now
because she's fucking David Cornsweet.
No, after the shit she said, we done. I would never. I'm good.
Oh my god. Yeah, just
where is she? Yeah, her spouse is Jason Ralph. She's been married since 2016. Unless they're legally separated, then I don't know. It could be one of those Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith situations where they're basically like legally separated, but they just not finalize the divorce. Because he made no comments on it, and people say he liked the comment here and there. But like, if your wife says she made out with another dude for hours and like basically gloated about it, it's like, nah, I'm good. You can just go. Like, I'm not dealing with that.
She was probably joking, man. I don't think she was being serious.
Right. Yeah, she's had his tongue down his throat for hours. You never know. When he was changing in his trailer, she saw his super wang and, might have used her mouth skills. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, she saw the real Superman then. Good Lord.
Oh, my God.
What other movies did you see this year?
I saw, I did
F1?
I didn't see F1. I went and saw Weapons.
Did you like that one?
That was good. I did like that one. It was really good. I really wanted to see Together. I never got a chance to check it out when it was coming out. There was another movie that I saw. What else? I'm gonna have to go back and look at what came out this year, because I know I saw a lot more this year than just Fantastic Four and Superman. I probably should have saw F1 when it came out. I heard it was good, but I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
Movie, I don't know did you like that animated movie by DreamWorks, The Bad Guys? Did you watch the sequel to that one?
I didn't see the sequel. I do own the first one on 4K though. Like, I like the first one.
Okay. What other movies came out? There's a lot of stuff. Good Lord. Jurassic Park. Did you see Jurassic World Rebirth?
I have no interest after the dog shit that was Dominion, dude. That movie lives rent free in my head every fucking day. Like, every time that's a movie, when I think about it, I just get pissed off. Like, immediately.
Right? Yeah. That might be okay. Minus like a few other movies here and there. That movie, Trap, and Halloween Kills emphasize why cinema is dying. Like, Jurassic World Dominion is one of the worst movies I've seen. I've had the displeasure of paying money for. It feels like No Way Home. If No Way Home was shot in the nuts and then had his head slit off, and then there was just an arm flopping around. That's what Dominion is.
And then you had a shark come in and like finish it off. You put it out of its fucking misery.
God, like even the cool, cute things that were in the franchise in that trilogy, like, well, he has a relationship with Blue. Blue's growing up, and Blue understands him. Oh no, Blue's just a fucking angry velociraptor that wants to eat his brains out. Fuck off! Just fuck off!
Who could have seen that coming? You know what I mean?
And then remember that his daughter. Now she has a relationship with a velociraptor. She's just like him. When she was like, "Eyes on me," it's like, "Shut up! No, movie over. Get me out."
But isn't she like some weird like clone
weird
child with like
then they
dinosaur DNA?
Remember they retconned that?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this movie's awful. Just
I'll check out Rebirth at some point, but it wasn't one of those movies I was really racing out to see. Fucking
no, it's like I guess better than Dominion, but there immediately when the movie starts, your brain is gonna fry so hard you'll just stop watching it. You'll turn it off in 5 minutes. It has one of the worst opening scenes to set a movie in motion ever. It's so stupid.
It's funny because my Uncle Matt, he texted me because I think he took his kids to go see it. And he texted me afterwards. He was like, "So I got done seeing Jurassic World Rebirth. It's the best one since Jurassic Park." I'm like, that bar's not very high, dude. Like, I mean, what do you mean it's the best one since Jurassic Park? Jurassic Park is the only good one. Every other one after that just sucks. Well, I mean, Jurassic World was all right. I mean, it's still not.
That's my second favorite one. I know it's got its issues, but at least it tries to be in spirit of the first one. That's the best in my opinion.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just kind of a remake. It's just
a New Hope, right?
One. Yeah.
Literally, that trilogy is the Disney Star Wars trilogy. The first movie is just like New Hope, and then the last, good lord,
Dominion is the Rise of Skywalker. The fucking trilogy, man.
That was so bad. Like, for the plot, it was like locusts were gonna take over all the farms, so like, and then that was discarded halfway through,
and it's gonna like kill all the crops, which is in turn going to kill all the people, and then we're going to bring out these crops that we're growing in a lab. I'm like, this is a fucking Jurassic Park movie. Like, why do I care about any of this?
They were trying to push like climate change. I was like, bro,
like you already had me when you said, all right, dinosaurs have taken over the world. You know, they're just interfering in the everyday lives of everyday people. That's a cool fucking concept right then and there. You could have made a whole movie just based on that. And they didn't. I don't know. Like, some of these fucking directors and Hollywood executives are just so far up their own asses. They're like, no, we're not going to give the audience what they want to see. We're going to give them what we think they need to see.
That's the problem. That's the big problem with movies. I know there was that quote you probably saw where I think this one, like, I think there was a source in the movie theater industry was like, yeah, we don't have much time, because they'd say like the movie theater business has like 10 more years and then it's gone. I don't want to live in a world where that happens, honestly. No. I do not want to live in a world where we have no more movie theaters. But if they keep making movies like this, and movie attendance has been down.
I mean, we've talked about it multiple times before. It's not just, I mean, obviously the quality of movies is a big, it's a big selling point for getting people into the movies. I mean, the quality of movies and products has gone down. The prices of movie admission tickets are fucking ridiculous. I think when we went, I mean, I got the Regal pass, so I get all my tickets for like 53 cents basically. But my cousin, he paid like $20 for his ticket when we went to go see Fantastic Four. And he was just like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I could have taken this $20 and like put it in my car and had gas for like a week and a half. But instead, I watched it. I spent it here on a movie that, we kind of got a fucked up experience with because the audio was messed up. Quality of movies, just the prices of things going up. I mean, people are not going to the movies as much anymore because there's no incentive. There's no incentive to go. And I mean, I hate it. I love the movie theater. Like, I mean, I've been going ever since I was a kid, but I mean, we're in an era where streaming is kind of taken over too. That's another thing. People would rather just wait for stuff to go to streaming than just, go to the movies and see it. Like, why am I going to pay, nearly $100 to take my entire family to go see this one movie for a day when we can wait like maybe a month or two and it's on Disney Plus where I already pay like $8 a month.
I think streaming finally did what people initially envisioned it for, kind of being that secondary option. And then the problem with it being a secondary option now is that you've now given consumers the absolute freedom to just kind of sit at home and wait. For $8.99, you can get an entire library of movies to watch and the newest titles. And the key to that is you can literally wait because you know that newest title is eventually going to be, because they always bounce them around anyway. So even if it's not on Netflix at some point, it's going to be at some point. It will. Might be there for a week, might be there for a month. And like what's even worse, like some streaming services like HBO Max, you expect them to have like DC content. They remove it. It won't be there. It's like, so even streaming services that are supposed to be the hub of this for this company, the content's not there. And it's like, what?
Yeah, there's just, in my opinion, there's just not a lot drawing people back to the movies. And I mean, every once in a while, you'll have a movie that comes out that really just kind of blows the socks off of everyone. And, it gets good critical acclaim and, good, theater, acclaim too. I mean, Weapons was one of those movies. It was beloved by critics. The people who saw it in the theaters, they fucking loved it. I mean, every once in a while, you're going to get movies like that. And it's great. But I think the days of these big blockbuster films or, these big comic book movies just kind of being like they were, back in the, late, 2000s going into the 2010s, that time is done. Like, I think the last $1 billion like Marvel film was Deadpool and Wolverine. And, at the time, everybody was like, oh, this means Marvel's back. Marvel's back. No. People turned up because they love those characters.
Well, there's demand for those characters. Yeah. I think Rob Liefeld said it the best on his podcast, even though he's a fucking crazy weirdo.
He's a fucking lunatic.
But like he did say something on that episode. He was talking about Fantastic Four flopping. I would say this, even though he's a crazy weirdo, I would say people go watch his show, and he's very insightful, very well spoken, even though he's a fucking meth head weirdo. I will always emphasize that. Deadpool being made by a meth head weirdo.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense, right? Yeah, it kind of makes sense when you look at Deadpool's character.
No, it's just one of these things now at this point where theater attendance is down, and the studio should really understand, just because someone says they're going to watch a movie on social media doesn't mean they're going to go to the theater and support it. Like, where's the actual demand for these movies? Like, why hasn't there been a Cable movie? Cable appeared in Deadpool 2. People liked Josh Brolin's Cable, and they never made a movie based off Cable, but they made a movie based off Thunderbolts, who people barely knew as characters at all, and they were wondering, like, man, this wasn't a box office smash hit. Well, gee, I wonder why. It's like the thing you said a long time ago to me, like, people have, like, permanent Pikachu surprise face when they do something stupid, and then they're like, oh my god, I can't believe my horrible idea didn't work.
It didn't work out. The horror. I couldn't have. There's no way I could have predicted this was going to happen.
There's no way I couldn't have known Thunderbolts wasn't going to be a smash hit. What are you talking about?
We made a movie about a bunch of characters on Disney Plus and nobody knows about. How's this thing failing, guys? What's going on here?
I hate people so much. Like, and then people were wondering, like, well, why did Fantastic Four not do as well? Was there demand for a Fantastic Four movie, or did you just pull that out of your ass? I feel like there's a hat. You know that Yu-Gi-Oh card, magical hats? I feel like there's a magical hat in Marvel, and Kevin Feige just drawing names from that shit. So that's blind. Blindfold.
Here's the thing. I think Marvel fatigue has a little bit to do with Fantastic Four bombing, but I also think it has to do with just Pedro Pascal as well. I think there's a lot of Pedro Pascal fatigue as well. That fucker is everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the last actor that they tried to shove down people's throats this much? Because I can't remember.
It has to be either The Rock, because he was in everything at one point.
Yeah.
Like the early 2010s till I would say late 2020, he was in everything. Every blockbuster. I feel like The Rock is in it. The Rock is in it. The Rock is in it. I remember one year he was in 3 movies back to back. Remember, he was in Skyscraper. He was in Rampage. He was in Baywatch. Just in the same year, he was in 3 big blockbusters. And
maybe Jai Courtney and like the
Ryan Reynolds
in the early
a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. I know I know back during like the early like 2010s there was like a huge push to like put Jai Courtney and everything, but I mean, of course, Jai Courtney never happened. Well, actually, no. Rachel Zegler. There was a huge push to
They
push.
tried. They tried with
Yeah,
that one. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
they tried with her, and that didn't work out. Obviously,
Thank God.
weird,
She's
weird.
literally trash. I saw her in West Side Story, the remake, and I was like,
Yeah,
this lady's terrible.
I
This lady's
rewatched.
trash.
I don't know why I rewatched Shazam: Fury of the Gods. She's
Awful
fucking
movie.
she's fucking horrible in that too.
Dude, you rewatched it. Do you remember when people gave Patty Jenkins shit because Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman raped that dude? Rachel Zegler's goddess character is thousands of years old, and she ends up at the end of the movie with Billy's adopted brother who hasn't even graduated high school yet.
Yeah,
But no one ended up calling her a PDF.
Yeah, she's fucking a 16-year-old.
So is Rachel Zegler R. Kelly? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, the way she pissed off the entire Snow White fandom, I mean, I guess you could say that she pissed on somebody. So is she like R. Kelly?
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. You need to be in prison. Good Lord. Like, it's so weird how that movie can get away with that. I'm saying we got to call shit like it's equal. That's like Jenna Ortega is another one too. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I mean, as opposed to Pedro Pascal, who I really used to like. I mean, when he first came onto the scene and he was doing things like after Game of Thrones, I didn't mind him that much. But then he started being in everything, and then his ego and just more about his character started coming out. And I'm like, this guy is really fucking weird. Like, I really, I don't know how I feel about this guy anymore. And it's kind of the same thing with Rachel Zegler. She just kind of turned, she started to show her true colors. And unfortunately, her true colors were she's just a spoiled, entitled fucking Hollywood princess who thinks she's better than everybody else. I haven't gotten that from Jenna Ortega. Like, I've kind of liked everything I've seen Jenna Ortega in.
Honestly, her PR, her media has been pretty well spoken. I remember there was the interview she had where she was like, "Why can't women just have their own things?" Because people were asking her, "Would you ever be like a female Bond?" And she was like, "No, I would rather just go do." And she basically said what we say, but we get called bigots and insults.
Yeah,
she was like, "I would rather women just have their own shit."
Yeah.
And we just like not encroach on that. Yeah. Like, I don't know why when it's that thing that people do, like if you say it, it's a problem. But if someone else says it, it's like some revelation. It's like, what? I said the same shit.
No, I think when she said that, there were still people dogging on her about it. And it's like, I mean, she's got a point. I mean, that's not a bad thing to say. I mean, people are allowed to have different spaces and different things that they're into. I mean, you don't have to invade another person's space or hobby just because you feel like, oh, it's not inclusive enough. I mean, I liked her in the Scream movies. I mean, she's good in Scream, 5 and Scream 6. Did you see that? What is it called? It came out this year. It was
a Wednesday, right?
No, it was a
unicorn one.
Yeah, it was an A24 movie about a unicorn.
Paul Rudd,
she was good in that. I liked that.
I feel like her like if I don't think there's any comparison between Jenna Ortega and Rachel Zegler. I think Jenna Ortega is just a way better actress in general. I don't think
she's more likable as a person too, I think.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, obviously she's got Wednesday, so I mean, not Rachel Zegler. I think Jenna Ortega is one of those actresses. She's good. She's got a career. She's got a future ahead of her. And, as long as she keeps her PR positive and, she's cool with everybody and she doesn't fall into that fucking trap that Zegler fell into where she just becomes an insufferable brat, she's got a good career, because I like her acting chops. I like the stuff she's been in, and I'll continue to support her. Just don't be like Rachel Zegler and Pedro Pascal and like fucking piss everybody off and act weird.
Oh God, Pedro Pascal, he's not beating the gay allegations. Do you know that really gay homosexual movie that Joaquin Phoenix turned down because they were gonna have him eat a dude's ass out? Pedro Pascal's like, yeah, I'm gonna be in it. I'm gonna be the main star. It's like, okay, you're he was happy about it too. It was like, I got cast to be in this movie. It's gonna be a great opportunity. Yeah, great opportunity to get AIDS or something.
Yeah, he's definitely not beating those allegations. What was the context of that video that went viral where it looks like he's at some kind of rave and he's like licking this glow stick in this really weird,
Such a weirdo.
provocative. Oh, dude, the one that creeped me out the most, it's an ad for something, but it's just his face and he's smiling all awkward and weird, and people are like touching his face. And I think the caption says he's like the new face of masculinity or some shit like that. It just, I don't know. I saw that one and I was like, there, and the thing is, I think Critical Drinker said it best. Guys that are normally his age, like at least 20 years ago, if you got to the kind of age that Pedro Pascal is at right now, that's kind of when your career was starting to go under. Like, your career was kind of, and it's on its last legs and it was coming to an end. But for whatever reason, they've decided that this, 50-year-old plus man is just the golden child for like masculinity and acting in Hollywood all of a sudden. And it just, I don't know. Some of the stuff when you hear about it, it just kind of feels like a psyop. It's like, okay, there's somebody at the top pushing this and they're pushing it for a specific reason. We could kind of speculate about what the reason is, but I mean, it's just like pattern after pattern, like pattern recognition. Like you see him acting like this and, is it, are they using him to try and like, bring in a new demographic to attract them to movies or something like that? I don't fucking know. Pedro Pascal's just a weird motherfucker, man.
Dude, they always pick a handful of men and female actors and actresses to push on everyone for them to like to be the newest, biggest thing. And then I can't remember a recent one where they haven't been not as like Pedro Pascal is just, I can't stand his acting anymore. He was in 84. I didn't really like him there as Maxwell Lord. He was, for Reed Richards, I tried, but I just couldn't buy him as Reed Richards though. It wasn't like his acting was bad. It wasn't trying. It was just, I can't buy that guy as Reed Richards. I can't.
He just looks like Pedro Pascal cosplaying as Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
WC just two whites yapping. Oh God.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh God. I hate all of you guys.
Pull out the mask, MSK. The jig is up. Show them who you really are.
It turns out I was a white man. Wait a minute. I'm transracial. I was born this way. I'm a black man. I'm a white man trapped in a black man's body. I've been living my life as a lie.
Remember, we all know that Klansmen like Black Panther omnibuses.
It's one of the funniest things ever said on the show. Because if people don't know the context of that, there were people in the comic book, there were comic book fans, retarded morons who literally lick their mom's vagina because they'll never get any woman to touch them. They were like, man, there's so many racists in this community. And I was like, yeah, a bunch of fucking white supremacist KKK Klans members are going into comic book shops on New Comic Book Wednesday to buy Black Panther omnibuses. Yep, sure happening. Yeah, because white supremacists sure spend their free time at the comic book shop. Actual dumb fucks. I have to breathe air next to these people. That's why I'm sad these days. I have to breathe air next to these retards. We need Frieza for these people. Like, I'm sorry, Frieza was right. I'm sorry.
We need Goku Black.
Goku Black at a point. Humanity is fucking screwed.
Nah, we just need Broly. Like, we need Broly to just destroy an entire star system. Like, he needs to just wipe the Milky Way galaxy from the fucking universe.
God, I literally hate. Oh, okay, before we go, because this says minor wear. Would you buy this? Because I told you I want to get the Venom Bus. I always had it in my cart, but I never pulled the trigger. I'm gonna get it when I get paid, but I'm not getting it now. Because when this says minor wear, would you buy this? Actually,
what is it?
Okay, so it says minor wear. So it says it's very good. Okay, it's not sealed.
Is that the Donny Cates?
Yeah, this is volume 1. But it says it has minor wear. Like there's minor wear around the slipcase, so minor wear around the dust jacket, essentially.
I mean, there's minor wear on my King in Black one, but I mean, it's not. I mean, you have to really be looking for it to notice it. So sure.
What if there's cum stains on this?
If there's cum stains on it, I'd be a little more hesitant to buy it. Like imagine you're trying to read King in Black and all of a sudden you can't turn like 5 pages because they're stuck together. It's like, oh, did somebody glue these together? No, the guy busted a nut when Null killed Sentry.
Have you ever bought any books from like thrift books? Actually,
No, like I've always gotten my stuff off Amazon, and sometimes it comes used on Amazon because I guess they don't always have like new prints of the books like in stock, so they'll send you like a used one.
yeah, because I usually got stuff from thrift books, and it's usually always been what it's listed as. They have the Venom bus on their website. It says condition new. Like I get some people use like the stock photos, but this one is condition new, $81, free shipping. It's probably because they have overstock. That's probably the reason why.
The King in Black one, I think, was like maybe $93. I think the Absolute Carnage one was like 50. I know the Blackest Night one was the most expensive one. That was like 110.
Dude, that Green Lantern run is like, damn, I pulled the trigger on volume 1 where it's just Hal Jordan doing this pose. That one costs a little bit more than usual. Because like if omnibuses for certain runs of characters are liked, people just they're out of print. Like, dude, X-Men omnibuses, I'll have to bend my ass over to get all that collected. Yeah. I'm taking it up the ass at work for months on end to get that collected. Dude, volume 1 of the X-Men run, just volume 1 of the very first run they ever had, is $175 average. So I guess paying for that is $60 a piece.
I guess Pietro Pascal is not the only one not beating the allegations on MSK.
I'm gonna have to take up the ass for a whole X-Men run.
Imagine, dude, that is wild. Taking it up the ass for the mutants. Like, what the fuck? What?
Ian McKellen will be proud of me.
Oh my god.
Oh, do you follow me on Twitch?
I don't think so. I'm not on Twitch that much.
You probably shouldn't be. That fucking platform is booty.
I thought it turned into like an e-thought hub.
No, that still applies. That's not changing.
Oh god.
But I'm trying to reach the affiliate thing on there, and it's so hard sometimes. But I've had more viewers on there than Rumble. Like on Twitch, I can get 3 people average, but it depends on the stream. It really just depends,
Well, part of the reason I've been re-uploading like the old Strahd episodes to Rumble is because like next weekend when we start going live again, I'm not only going to be streaming to YouTube, I'm going to take the show to Rumble just to see what kind of traction it gets over there. But I don't know. It's one of those things. I think algorithm has a lot to do with it. I also think it just has a lot to do with the way Rumble is structured, just because it's so new and they're still trying to work out kinks and they're trying to do things to try and make the platform better. But I mean I've talked to a couple people that are making pretty decent money on there. I got one friend who he makes like $1,500 a month just because he streams every night. But then again, he's got like 850 followers. So I mean he's got an audience, so he's able to make that kind of money. Someone like me who's only got like 18 followers, I'm not getting that kind of money.
No, go away. No, that's Walter. Good luck. Sorry. No, Walter, that's not you. That's this bot. I confused Walter for a bot. No, go away, bot. You're not real. I'm sorry, Walter. I confused you for a bot. That's WZ. WZ, change your damn name. Holy shit. Good lord. Dude, you can do the dino dance if you're in the Twitch chat.
I try to interact with you guys. This man won't let me.
God. You can buy cheap viewers by paying me all this money, and my money will go to my wife in India. Why is it always Indians that are always doing these scams? It's always Indians.
It's either Indians or people in Thailand.
Would you like to buy this new boat?
It's some fucking Arab prince. His name is.
I have this new boat. You can pay it off in 5 years for a low down payment of $5,000.
A low payment of $5,000
a month. $5,000 a month. Yeah.
I only pay $500 a month for my tiny house. What do you mean?
And you message him, you're like, hey, can I ever see that boat? Yeah, thank you, come again. Like, what? You're like, all right, we're done.
Now we're going to send FBI to our house and arrest you.
Remember there was that lady who got scammed thinking that she was actually interacting with Brad Pitt and she sent him all of her money?
Isn't that just the whole plot of that movie, The Beekeeper, with Jason Statham?
I think so. You're probably right, honestly.
I saw that. Yeah, I did see that last year. I didn't mind it. I thought it was just. I mean, watching Jason Statham just beat the shit out of everybody. I'll watch that kind of shit any day.
I think the only way for people to really get back to the theaters and enjoy movies more is if they make popcorn flicks. That was always movies bread and butter for a long time,
Yeah.
minus like certain genres popping off here and there.
Yeah.
Because people feel like there's no fun there anymore because the movies are either plagued with messaging
Dude,
or propaganda.
movies like Sonic 3. When I went and saw Sonic 3, the fucking
amazing.
movie was packed.
You had a packed screening? I was dead in my theater.
Dude. I mean, I think we had like maybe all but two rows that were fucking filled. Like, it was ridiculous.
Man, good Lord. You actually had a packed crowd.
Yeah. We had a packed crowd for Fantastic Four, which I don't know why, but I was like, oh, maybe this movie won't bomb. Well, guess I was wrong there.
Oh my God. Sonic 4. Can't wait till that comes out. 2027. It feels like it's so far away, but it'll be here at some point.
You're going to blink and it's going to be here. Just like that.
I'm ready for Shrek 5. That's where peak cinema is going to happen next year.
No.
No?
I saw that teaser trailer and I wanted to slit my wrists and jump in the ocean.
Oh God, man. It's Oh, did you see Mission Impossible 8?
Not yet.
Okay.
I've heard really good things about it though.
I've heard the opposite. Good Lord.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard it's.
My cousins have been telling me that they think it's the best one since like Rogue Nation, I think.
My favorites are Ghost Protocol, Fallout, and I love Mission Impossible 3. I think 3 is really good. 3 is.
What do you think about 2? There's a lot of people that really don't like 2.
When I first watched 2, I was thinking the same thing because I saw these movies fresh. I liked it. I thought it was fine. I didn't get the hate that it got.
No.
It was but I think I understand why it got the hate it did. It's a different style and tone compared to the first one. I think the first movie's boring as hell, honestly.
I think Mission Impossible kind of exists in that same vein as movies like Terminator 3. It's like, yeah, Terminator 3 exists, but I mean, did we really need Terminator 3? Not really.
Yeah, it's one of those in the franchise where it's like I could take or leave Mission Impossible 2, but I did like its fun atmosphere the director brought.
Right.
I'm being honest, I genuinely thought the first movie was boring as fuck. I actually was like fighting to stay awake during it. I was like, honestly, if I did a ranking, I'd probably put 2 over 1. That's probably gonna get me a whole lot of shit on the internet.
Dude.
I was bored out my ass, dude, watching the first one. It's boring. It's like it's like when I have sex with my wife. She's like, hurry up. It's almost over yet? Good Lord.
Your body pillow talks to you. You know they make pills for that, right?
I got my sock pregnant.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. I got my sock pregnant. It's just gonna be a sock with like sad eyes, and the bottom of it's just gonna be drooping and leaking.
I need to get a sock abortion. Good Lord.
Good God.
Oh God. But yeah, as we wrap up the show here. I don't know if you have work tomorrow. It's Labor Day. You should have Labor Day off, right?
No, I gotta work tomorrow.
So
unfortunately, my day's probably gonna be busy just because everybody's gonna want their beer. So actually, no, wait. I mean, if it is Labor Day tomorrow, I mean, maybe not. We might actually have a pretty smooth day. Now that I think about it.
You know what, we got to go to one of those Jubilee debates. That's how you get all the views. Those Jubilee debates are so just, oh God. Do you remember seeing the one where the conservative black kid roasts that Democratic black lady, and she was just like, just absolutely knowing all of her arguments were not going to work on this kid, and she was just so fried. She was like, "Don't talk to me like that. I could be your mom." I'm like,
I'll tell you right now, my tolerance for stupidity is not that high, so I would probably be there for all of maybe like 2 minutes, and then next thing you know, I've left, and I'm down the street at the bar having a fucking drink, just thinking about my life. All right. Like, why the fuck did I go to this? Why did I let my friends talk me into this? Like,
Man, seeing the way she looked, I was like, "Yep, you're the reason why no one likes black women." Just looking at the way she looked like some sort of hippie. If the hippie actually just did weed for their entire life and had no break in between, like,
well, I
ugh,
mean
she was disgusting.
that's kind of what hippies do, buddy. They don't stop.
It's like seeing a black cowboy. They look pretty cool when you see one, but when you don't see them, you're like, do they even exist? Honestly, they're like a myth. But I'll ask you a few things before we head out. The first thing is, do you have anything planned you'd like to let the audience know about before we head out?
Yeah, like I've said a couple times over the course of this stream, our Curse of Strahd campaign is coming back next weekend on September 7th at 5 p.m. EST. So if you were following me and my friends for like the first 9 months of this campaign, well, guess what? We're entering the third and final stage of this campaign. All roads lead to Strahd and Strahd's destruction. So you can come check us out there. I've been on a lot of other shows too. I mean, obviously, I've been on Iron Oxide's channel with the Weekend Rogues Gallery, on Saturdays. I think he's moving it to Saturdays. It's no longer Fridays. I started going back on Theo's Touchgrass show. Yeah, this past weekend was my second time being there, so I will probably be on there a lot more. And one of your favorite people, I've been going on their shows too, MSK, Mr. Third Ralify.
Oh no, fuck that guy. I'm good. Can't stand that guy. He's such a whiny little backstabbing bitch.
I think you and him would actually like put on a really good show together, man. Like you should try it.
Such a what's the word? Conniving snake in the ground. I just can't stand people who just talk shit behind people's backs and then could have just my issue with him. Like he could have just told me what he didn't like, but instead he told his other people and then they told me. And I'm like, I didn't. These are non-issues. Literally, the issues were as simple as like, I didn't introduce him first. What are you, a 5-year-old child?
Sean's actually a pretty cool dude, man.
Is he married to that chick Gina? That's his wife, right?
No, they're just internet friends.
Sure. If we,
I'm serious, man.
I was like, internet friends with a lot of women. Sure, yeah. I mean, hey. I don't believe that. I don't believe they're just friends, but that's just me and my speculative life. Do you really believe that? Do you really believe they're just friends?
I've been around them long enough to know.
That's the front they put on. I always suspected something, but who knows? I could be wrong. Maybe they might be different. I will say that. But no, fuck that guy for life. That guy's a piece of hate snakes like that. But nevertheless, nobody from Canada's opinion matters anyway. Given the fact that Justin Trudeau ran their fucking country. Good Lord.
Oh my God.
They literally believe that. I hate that. Maple syrup. God, that's the only thing they ever did good. Good Lord. But no, did you see oh my God, the Cracker Barrel thing? It was hilarious.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we're going to put it back the way it was. Why'd you ever remove it? Oh, we were trying to be inclusive. I'm done. Nope, I'm good. Just out.
It's funny. Like the day after they did that whole thing, I was like, hey guys, let's go to Cracker Barrel. And then I thought back to it. I was like, yeah, never mind. I'm not. They better leave Old Timer up there. I'm not going to that shit.
I'm just sitting there going like, wow, they spent hundreds of millions of dollars for a logo change, and people, to do that, that's not cheap to do that. When any company does that, that is not cheap at all to do that. You have to trademark, you have to get papers filed and all that shit. It's like they spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to rebrand a logo, only to rebrand it back.
Their fucking stock? Like their stock dropped by like $500 million when they announced that shit. And of course, the fucking brain dead CEO is like, everything's fine. No, guys, we're gonna keep doing this. This is great. And everybody's like, no, you fucking idiot. Like we told you this was gonna happen. What are you doing?
I'll be honest here. I don't think anyone's ever had a logo change and it's been liked at all. Even in esports, whenever you see a legacy logo change, it's never good. Nobody's logo changed to a new logo. It looks good.
Well, this is probably the last thing we'll talk about because I know you got to go. But
they're fine.
We talked about it on Iron Oxide's channel. Mm-hmm. I think people are just finally done with the fucking rebrands that don't need to happen. Like, there's no fucking reason why you had to change the logo at all. I've never seen anyone complaining about the logo before. I've never heard anyone talk about, oh, Cracker Barrel's racist. Oh, Cracker Barrel's sexist. Like, they're not inclusive enough. I've never heard anybody talking about that shit. The only person bitching about that shit is the fucking CEO. I think we're getting to a point where there's a big I mean, we've talked about a culture shift plenty of times before, but I think now that it's shifted a lot more to the right recently, like people are just fucking done with all this shit, man. It's like leave stuff alone. If it's not broken, don't fucking fix it, because all you're doing is just pushing away loyal customers and people that have been with your company and have been willing to stick their necks out for you for years. And don't paraphrase me on this. I think this is fake. I think this might have happened, but I saw something where it was saying that she said that like MAGA, it's okay, MAGA doesn't need to eat here. It's like you don't do this kind of shit
Oh,
and
I
then
saw that. That was
say
a video. Yeah.
and then say things like that. You're destroying your entire brand just because you got your head so far up your own ass that you're literally
Yeah, I remember.
smelling your own shit.
She had said this quote in some sort of like video. I remember she was like, if Trump is deporting certain races of people, then those certain races of she had said, if you support MAGA and illegal or like deportations or whatever, then you can't eat at Cracker. I was like, what? Why would deporting illegals have anything to do with eating at a fast food restaurant? There's no correlation to that at all. There's no stratosphere where they synergize at all. Voting, if I own a restaurant, you could have literally voted for Hitler. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even talk to me. I'm the owner. I'm doing other shit. You eat at my restaurant, you get maybe some butt cancer. I don't know. Just like, I remember that. It was literally one of the dumbest things ever. It's like, yeah, maybe white people maybe Trump voters who are white shouldn't eat at Cracker Barrel.
That's the whole fucking like demographic of people that eat there. Like, these people don't think before they talk, dude. They really don't. They're like Rachel Zegler. They just do. They just.
What's even worse? You know what's worse? They have no actual spine. Back in the day when people used to criticize men, they're like, you have no spine. You got no. Like, you have no conviction. These people, when they do rebrands, they have no conviction. If you truly thought the new logo looked good and you paid that amount of money for it, then stick by it. Did you not believe in anything you put your money down for? I don't even know what was the point of the rebranding, because they didn't even stick by it. Like, they paid all this money for a rebrand only to just get out of the rebranded logo within like a day or two. Yeah. Then why did you ever believe in it to begin with? Then you have no conviction. These people have no convictions. They have no spine. It's like, that's the reason why I can't respect people like that. I can respect them changing it and being like, okay, I think this looks better, and I think this is the direction our company should go in. At least I'll be like, at least you're being honest. I don't agree with your opinion, but at least you're being honest. Yeah. Now I just know that you're just gonna cave at the moment anything happens to you. You'll just I hate people like that.
Walter and WZ are talking about it in the chat. I mean, I like their breakfast stuff. Their breakfast items have always. Because
you have Cracker Barrel in your city, don't you?
We do. We have one. We have one like not even 10 minutes from my house.
Is it usually packed? Is it usually pretty busy?
Like on the weekends, it's usually pretty busy. I mean, especially like on Sundays when everybody gets out of church. That's where everybody goes. That's where everybody goes to eat after they're done with church. You know, so it's always busy on weekends and Sundays. I mean, now during the week, it's not as busy, but I mean, it's not really that expensive either. I mean, I can go there, spend about $10-15 and, you know, get full off their food. I mean, you're paying a pretty good price for what they give you. But I mean, they also got this really cool, like, old-fashioned country store with like a bunch of old-fashioned soda pop and candy and, you know, clothing. I mean, it's really cool stuff. I mean,
Did they just not like it because it had a white guy on it? I think that's the reason why.
I think someone threw racism in there, or said racism was like one of the reasons they were considering a rebrand. And it's like, nobody looks at that sign and thinks racism. You're the only one that did that.
I just don't get it. Like, if you spend this much money for a logo rebrand and then you cave within the amount of criticism you got, it was a lot of backlash. I understand it, but you spent this much money. You didn't even give it a year. Like, at least when Warner Brothers went from like Max to HBO Max and all these fucking
Michael, sorry, shit. It's been a long day, guys. I apologize. I'm getting everyone's shit wrong.
Good lord, you guys are insane. Volter and WZ. Oh my god.
Nate is the cracker to your barrel. Oh god.
God. I want to make a black lead restaurant named Monkey Town.
It's gonna get shut down after the first business hour. No, it's gonna be like that episode of the Boondocks, the fried chicken flu. What do you mean you motherfuckers ran out of chicken?
Because remember, they took away Aunt Jemima. She's gone. They took away that black guy that was the rice guy.
Dude.
Uncle something. It was Uncle Ben. Someone. Uncle something.
Fuck,
he was gone.
I'm
did they take away the Quaker Oats guy?
They did.
They better not. They took away the Quaker's Oat guy? No way.
I think they did, yeah.
Oh shit.
Dude, I'm so mad right now. I found there was a meme I came upon like a couple days ago where it's all those mascots like they're in heaven, and then the Cracker Barrel mascot shows up and the caption says, "Welcome, Cracker." I was like, no fucking way.
Oh. Holy shit. I saw one of AI where he was like, hey guys, I'm not going to be here dead like you. And he went back through the other door. Dude, did you see the Naruto AI videos where Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura were running from that giant snake in the Forest of Death? And the Asian Naruto, the live action, he's like, yes, hey guys, we're running away from Diddy Maru. He was trying to clap Sasuke's cheeks.
No, but I've seen like the
monkey one. Oh my god, this shit is hilarious.
I've seen the Bigfoot ones where he's like running from Slender Man and shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. AI's out of fucking control, dude.
I've the one last night, the Naruto AI one where it was like live action AI Naruto parodies. It's like, yeah, we're running from Diddy Maru. He's trying to clap Sasuke's cheeks. I ain't down with that. I was dying, bro. Diddy Maru, bro, bruh.
Let me see if I can find this mate.
Shit.
Oh, there it is. Yes, I knew this shit was somewhere. Hold on.
Oh, before we go, Michael, did you end up finishing the Court of Owls DC Compact Comics book? I know you said you liked it, but I don't recall you saying you finished it.
Share my screen. Share my screen. That's fucked up. I laughed about that for like 10 minutes straight.
There was one where it was Lil Tay wants to do a collab with Diddy, and then someone said in the comment section their collab would be Lil Titty. Like, what? Bro, I would never want Lil Tay around me. I'm good. I'm good.
How old is she now? Like, isn't
she just turned 18? She's still 18.
Wasn't there a story recently where it's kind of like the Bad Baby situation where everybody was waiting for her to turn 18 because she was starting an OnlyFans or something like that?
She created an OnlyFans at 12:01 on her after her, so it was like on her 18th birthday, the day she turned 18, 12:01. She made the OnlyFans account. That's crazy. So if she took pictures before 12:01, if any of you looked at those, you should be in prison. You're disgusting.
If you were waiting for any of that to go live, you should be in prison. That means you have an entire like wave of men who were like watching her when she was like 15, 16, 17 years old, just waiting for the day she was going to turn 18 just so they could beat their fucking meat. What is wrong with people?
That's why I'm sad. As you find out now, I have to breathe air with these people. I have to live and coexist with these other disgusting human beings. It's crazy. It's insane.
I don't understand the human race, man. Like, I'm praying whatever that fucking
I like
asteroid
that one
thing
meme.
is.
Remember the Jesus meme where he's smoking he's smoking weed and he's like flooded again? Bro, I understand that meme now.
Yeah.
I get it. I fully get it, dude. Holy shit.
We probably need another flood. Let's be honest.
We need to find that. Dude, I remember we had the black people posting L. It was N's posting F's. Bruh.
Didn't they get taken down?
Yeah, I checked the account. It's gone. That's good lord. I remember they had the funniest racist memes I've ever seen.
Do you remember the infamous Morbius comment? It's still fun. It's still the funniest shit I've ever read.
That guy wrote 4 paragraphs, and it was the funniest comment I read on YouTube ever. But the second one, remember the second one in the video where that guy said he went to a movie theater and Martin Scorsese appeared and he blew his brains out.
He said God is dead and blew his brains out.
And then he got a standing ovation for 2 days. 24 hours and 48 minutes.
I love the one that said, I went and saw Morbius, and then when I looked at my phone, women's phone numbers just started appearing.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. Oh my goodness. He said that he saw Morbius, he went to Starbucks, and then women's phone numbers started appearing in his phone. I was just dying. Like, what the fuck? He said the next day he woke up, he opened his eyes, and all he could see was Morbius.
There was another one that said, I fucked my wife and Morbius watched.
Oh, no, the rhino one, remember? With great horns comes great horniness. Like,
Oh my
what?
God. Dude, I remember reading that when we went over that, and dude, I could not fucking breathe. Like, I could feel the veins in my forehead. My face was red. I don't think I've ever laughed that hard in my entire life.
I think the Morbius comics have been some of the funniest shit we ever read. That one where he wrote 5 paragraphs dedicated.
Is it sad that I miss it? Like
the one where he was like, I cucked myself. Morbius is a cuck plot, and then he said, Morbius watched me fuck my wife. I was like, what? Why? Good lord. Then they didn't. Oh, with the sequels, it was like a bunch of sequels.
Morbius, yeah,
the Lord of Two Rings or something like that.
Morbius versus Godzilla or something like that.
Yeah, the Morbius verse. Oh god. Why? I'll be honest here. That franchise stinks, but the Morbius, it's one of the movies ever made, was the best comment we've gotten ever in my life. That
you know
comment.
How stupid Sony is. Sony saw all these jokes and took that as, oh, people like our movie, let's re-release it, and it didn't make any money.
One of the few
at
movies,
all.
The only movie to ever get re-released and bombed twice. They have both accolades. That's crazy. I just don't get it. I don't get. Then they're like, oh, we didn't re-release because the internet. How else would you have known it was popular then? How else? You just had a feeling and a thought. Morbius Phase 5 announcement. Crazy audience. Like, the only way to remember that movie is to make fun of it, because if you actually watched it, it's bad. It's actually horrible. It's actually a legitimately awful fucking movie.
I unironically own it on Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray. Yes.
Did you start getting erectile dysfunction?
Actually, no. My dick grew in size watching Morbius.
There's no way.
I morbed all over my TV.
No, you didn't. No,
yes, I did.
You. I love
and then Martin Scorsese kicked in the door to my tiny house and said, "God is dead," and then killed himself in my living room.
So, at what point did you wake up? At what point did you ever wake up? You didn't. Did you wake up?
I don't even know if I'm awake right now, honestly.
Oh my god, this one. Remember this one? I was diagnosed with erectile dysfunction, and my doctor told me to go see Morbius. Well, it worked, and thanks to Morbius, I couldn't be better. Me and my girlfriend couldn't be happier. The only side effect is that I can only perform if I think about Morbius now. But considering how life-changing the movie was, I hardly.
Wasn't there one where it said this movie was so good that Morbius brought my dead dad back to life?
I was trying not to laugh at that one. That one was so fucked, but I just couldn't stop. I was like, holy shit. Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
Look, I need to find that 3-paragraph one and read it for tomorrow's 300 episode. Oh,
can you even find that? Like,
you have to dig, because I remember that comment was made when the movie dropped in 2022.
It was 2022.
I would have to search like 3 years worth of comments, but I think it's worth it. I think we'll send one in.
I forget what video it was under, though. Like, it had to have been one of the trailers. Or
oh no, I have the video. It's in my watch history, but it's, oh my god, it's like the movie quite literally changed and actually probably saved my life. guy said, before watching the masterpiece biography about Dr. Michael Morbius, I was retarded.
I was autistic, and then Morbius saved.
That's a way to end a comment. Before I ever watched this documentary, I was retarded. Like, what? What? I wasn't even allowed to tie my own shoelaces because they were afraid I would somehow choke myself. Now I have all the big brain cells. Thank you, Morbius. God bless you. Wow. Wow.
We're afraid I would choke myself.
Oh shit. That is top 10 comment
Dude,
I've on the internet.
Oh God. Morbius will forever live in infamy, not just because of how bad the movie was, but just because of the reception to it.
I wasn't even allowed to tie my own shoelaces because they were afraid I would somehow choke myself. What? What?
I was retarded before I saw Morbius. Before I saw Morbius, I was retarded.
Oh God, this guy said he can quote the entire movie line by line. That's not a compliment. That's not a good thing. That's bad. That's really fucking bad.
Oh shit.
Oh God. I was going through PTSD, but after seeing Morbius, I am totally healed. Now I recommend everyone who is going through depression to watch Morbius. No, you're gonna get increased depression watching that pile of trash. Oh God. Oh no. Okay, this one is the most unintentional, funniest one. What? This is so retarded. I can't believe this is. What? Oh shit! Oh my! This isn't real. This is real. I sold a ticket for the Morbius on the black market. Now I have a house in Hawaii. Oh shit! Oh shit! Now I have a.
Now I have 5 Ferraris.
All right. Fuck. Jeez. Okay. All right. Seeing this movie cured my depression, anxiety, and my PTSD. All of my trauma has now been replaced by Morbius. Oh shit. I have been diagnosed with tapeworm-induced intestinal. What? 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 Wait a minute. What? I have been diagnosed with tapeworm-induced intestine failure, stage 4,
with stomach cancer. But then I morbed and now I'm healthy as an 18-year-old.
Wow.
Sold out before going on sale.
I'm gonna puke out of my nose. Holy shit.
I'm actually starting to cry. Like,
I'm puking out of my nose. Holy shit. I sold out before going on. I thought I'd blink, but I actually fell asleep for 20 minutes and completely missed the villain getting powers. 1 second he's normal, the next they're fighting. I wasn't any more confused than I was. Look at that. Look at that profile picture.
Oh God.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. It was so good that now the MCU stands for Morbius Cinematic Universe. All right.
Wait, hold on. Jared Leto bulldozed my house so that my local cinema can expand and try to meet the insane demand for Morbius.
Jared Leto bulldozed my house so that my local cinema can expand and try to meet the insane Morbius. Hold on. Wait a minute. This is so retarded. I can't even finish this. Jared Leto bulldozed my house so that my local cinema can expand and try to meet the insane demand for Morbius. It's fine, though. The cinema announced they will never stop showing Morbius, so I can't just live there. Thanks, Morbius.
Wait a minute. So Jared Leto just pulled up in a Caterpillar bulldozer wearing the Morbius getup and just destroyed
this man
house.
pulled up on a big wheeler. I actually came out of the womb as a Morbius. and never looked back. I saw 30 seconds to Morbius in the spring of '09. Changed my life forever. What
Oh,
the
9? What do you mean?
f- Just finished watching this film, and I must say, this was a masterpiece in cinematography. The acting was phenomenal. The plot was intriguing. Of this, what? And the CGI was so remarkable, you barely realized anything was even in CGI.
What?
What? Cinematic enlightenment. What? I can honestly say that out of all the movies in the history of film called Morbius, this is the only one for me. It really made me realize how silly my commitment to Buddhism and inner peace was. When a ticket to Morbius is really a ticket to a higher plane.
Morbius made this man abandon his religion.
Oh, what's up, John? How you doing, man? My sources can confirm Morbius is indeed a movie. Wait, Letoism? Letoism is a religion in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Does that mean that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood actually takes part in the distant? Wait a minute. It was a lovely day, and I was enjoying my gluten-free salad. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh,
Then
suddenly, a man storms into my backyard, laughing so hard it was truly frightening. I stepped up to the man and asked him, "What's so funny?" He looked in my eyes and said something like, "It's Morbin time." The man turned himself into a Morbius. I couldn't believe my eyes. The thing I saw in front of me was a morb. Then I bursted into tears of joy. It was the most thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, you know, that was
it was the most thing I've ever seen.
I saw the in front of us of morb. What?
The man turned himself into a Morbius.
Can't. My stomach hurts from laughing.
Dude, we could go on these comments for years.
What in the
God.
world? This cinematic experience helped me recover from some of my biggest losses in my life, from my cats dying to my family being murdered. Holy fuck.
What the
Jared
fuck?
Leto's performance was not as visually stunning as it was a deep and breathtaking emotional roller coaster paired with the amazing visual experience by John Ekstrand. I have burnt this movie onto a DVD to pass it down to my new fiance and her children for generations to come. Why? Of all the films ever produced, this is without a doubt one of them. There you go.
I watched Morbius.
They
400
accidentally turned the lights off in the theater, and I've been watching Morbius for a week now. Please don't help. This movie is so good. All right.
That's a good cut. Yes, yeah, I agree with that. Let's do it. Every year on Morbius's release date, we have to go over more of these comments.
Someone said it's hard to tell if this video was satire. Then, if that's hard to tell if it's satire, you're retarded. I think you are actually retarded, and you probably watch Morbius on repeat. Imagine this: Jigsaw captures you with one of his. Jigsaw has one of his apprentices capture you. You're forced to watch 2 movies on repeat for 24 hours, or they slice your nuts off. Morbius or Catwoman? Which one are you picking?
I'm going with Morbius.
I gotta go with Catwoman. At least that's the soundtrack is at least kind of funny.
No.
I can't watch Morbius. Morbius is horrible. Morbius is bad.
Imagine fucking Jigsaw kidnapping you. Hello, MSK. I want to play a game. So you like to watch movies, don't you? Well, try watching Morbius for the next 24 hours or I'm going to cut your balls off. Like, what the fuck?
But the movie did bring us one of the movies of all time. That piece of criticism will forever live rent-free in my head.
Yeah.
This movie had a great plot and great characters. All right. Okay.
I think
Get out.
we're done.
We're done. No. If you think this movie had great anything, I need you to never be around cinemas ever again. But the last thing I'll ask you, man, is I know you're bringing back D&D. You're going to be bringing back the movie reviews, right?
Planning on it.
Or you should be doing gaming more.
I'm probably going to do a little more gaming. I think once 2026 rolls around, I might take another attempt at the movies just because I miss going to the movies every weekend. But I mean, life just gets in the way, man. And I haven't had the desire to be at the movies every single weekend, like I did, that 1 year. But it is something I have thought about going back to. But I mean, for now, dude, I'm perfectly content with, the
Mhm.
D&D and just gaming, dude. I mean, that's stuff I love doing, and it brings me some semblance and some peace of mind. So
Hell yeah. Last thing I'll ask you, man, is there any shout outs you want to give to anyone in particular and anything else you want to say before we head out?
yeah, just shout out to basically, all my friends, man. Iron Oxide, Strider, I mean, even certain people you don't like. Shout out to Third Ralify and Gina. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. Shout out to Tiny But Fierce. She's helped me out. Just talking to her, just because I think she's probably maybe the oldest out of our entire group, I think.
Probably. Yeah.
Close to it. She's had a lot of great words of wisdom that have really just kind of helped me through, a bunch of rough spots. Darnell Quigley, love you, dude. I mean, just Vaughn Coleman. I mean, just everybody, man. I mean, this little community that we got, it's just great, man.
Yeah, I would like to see you next year if you're coming out for one of the F&T meetups. Hopefully it's they announce it earlier because I have to know because the schedule is made 2 weeks in advance. So if they announce it even just a
Dude,
week
if
late.
if I don't go, I think Iron's gonna kill me. Like I'm gonna be sleeping one night, and all of a sudden there's gonna be a knock on my door, and all of a sudden he's gonna bust through the door like the fucking T-1000. He's just gonna kill me.
God, man. But I'm glad we got to this point where I'm now white and you now black.
That is kind of strange.
That's weird.
Tiny
rules. All right, sup, John? How you doing, man? How is Heroic Tales doing on your newest campaign? Did you finish it? We'd like to have you on again for another conversation. Those are always fun. But yeah, as you guys know, tomorrow, Monday, 7 p.m. PST, we are doing our 300th episode of the MSK show. I initially wasn't going to celebrate it, but Laps Comic Fan, as you guys know him, he told me, like, why don't you celebrate it? It's a milestone. And I was like, you know what? I thought about it long and hard. No, pause, no pun intended. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, we should probably celebrate it because we didn't celebrate 100 episodes because I didn't feel like we really earned any celebration at that point. And I was like, you know what? 300 episodes, yeah, Laps is right, which I will never say ever my entire life because he's white. But I never admit white guys are right. But Laps had mentioned we should celebrate it because it is a milestone and it's something that we should probably have fun with when we cross it. And I was like, you know what? You're right. We'll celebrate it. And we'll do 300, 500, and then if the show ever hits 1,000 episodes, then we'll do 1,000. But I don't like doing too many celebrations because, like, we have episodes that we got to do. We need comic books reviewed. We need movies reviewed. We need TV shows reviewed. We need all this stuff reviewed and talked about. So, yeah, tomorrow's going to be fun. Just dudes chilling, talking about beating each other off, you know?
I will not be there for that conversation.
Dude, come on, man. It's not gay unless I finish in your face. Come on, dude.
It's gay if you're beating me off. You're touching me.
Technically. It's only gay if I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Oh my god, did you see the South Park clips where the cop went undercover to be gay and he was like, I love the way you stretch my asshole, daddy.
Do you remember the Hall of Stereotypes?
Oh god, yes. Yeah, dude, I need to send you the clips of the cop going undercover and being gay. He got a train ran on him and then he shitted all the cum out of his asshole into a bag. It was one of the funniest things. He really liked his job. This guy was getting busted for prostitution, so he blew a guy. He was like, oh yeah, freeze. I love how he had to take it in the ass to bust the guys for prostitution. Why?
Emily says she thinks that was from a Butters episode. Oh, shit. Fucking hell, man. Well, dude, I just want to say, thank you for having me on, man. I know it's been a minute. And honestly, I need to get better at just keeping up with certain people, in our sphere.
I let people, I like to give people all the space they need, typically because people got shit going on in their lives. We got shit we have to do. So, we don't need to talk I tell people we don't got to talk every day. There's no need to. Women think that. I hate when I don't want to talk every day. We got our own lives. We're fine. Talk every once in a while and we're good. But I do have to make a better communication at banging my wife and probably telling her I banged her sister too. But who knows about these things? But yeah, man, can't wait for you to get back to making regular content. Your D&D streams are returning this Saturday coming up.
This Sunday coming up.
Sunday coming up.
Yeah.
And the gaming channel, you're still gonna do gaming streams.
Yeah, I'm still gonna play games. And
Then
then
your views are kind of on ice right now. You said,
yeah, once 2026 rolls around, we'll see. I'll probably circle back to it and see what, just see where it goes.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show.